Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of the Nigeria Football Weekly Podcast. My host, Olu OK. Thank you to everybody who's joined the live stream already. We're back again with club football as we preview all the weekend's fixtures. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for all the support throughout the international break. Of course, we know Nigeria came away with 1 win and 1 draw, beating around 2-1, and then also drawing 2-2 against Jordan. So we'll be getting into it. I want to just say thank you to everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing, and for all the support. And long may it continue. Back, obviously, we all know who's qualified for the World Cup. Nigeria's not there. I will be facing it. But I want to say a big thank you to everybody for all the love and support. Shout out to Patrick. Patrick says, good evening. I'm following you from Republic of Togo. Shout out to Togo, man. I even saw a tweet today about when Adebayo scored 11 goals in 10 games to take Togo to the 2006 World Cup. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Shout out to Emmanuel Osakwi. He says, well done, brother. Shout out to you, man. Really appreciate it. So for today's episode, just to give you a run through of the content, we will be giving updates on the literally announced friendly games for Nigeria for the June pre-World Cup friendlies. If you watch the review show I did for Nigeria's game against Jordan, you know that I gave options on some friendlies they could play. We knew that the Portugal friendly was likely to happen, so we'll get into that. And then we'll also touch on this, our NFF, that there's no consequence for bad behavior. I'm sure you guys have all seen what happened to the Italians, so we'll get into that. And then quickly, we'll touch on the FA Cup quarterfinal preview. And then traditionally, every Easter weekend in the UK, the Friday and the Monday are set aside for championship games. So if that, even though there's no Premier League this weekend, obviously, we know Onyeka, Brightside Samuel, Shemi Ajayi. It's not my preference. You guys know me. I don't like Nigerian players playing championship. But at the moment, we have 3 or 4 of them in the Super Eagles squad playing championship. So we'll just do a quick review. And then, as usual, we'll do our top 5 picks of the other leagues for your listening pleasure on games happening over the weekend. And, of course, the ones to watch. So this is a perfect episode. I know we don't have as many people joining the live, but shout out to all 27 people. Please like the video. Naturally, once Nigeria games goes, we know that the interest drops slightly, but this is what I've put on my head. It's my job to continue covering the players and talking about them so we're all aware about how they perform on a weekly basis. Not that somebody will now watch Nigeria in June and tell you, oh, who's this Emmanuel Fernandez brother? If you follow us, we've been tracking him at Rangers every week. So obviously, it's always good to cover our players and see how they perform. If anybody's new in terms of watching us or joining the preview show, thank you for joining. On Mondays, we usually have a review show in a similar format to where we go through the Premier League games over the weekend and all the games involving our top Nigerian players in the other leagues. So I just want to give you an update on what the usual system is. Obviously, we have no games till June now, so we'll be touching on that. Shout out to Esther Rodion Egbe. She says, good evening, Olu. I like your patriotism for Nigeria. Keep it up. Thank you so much. We have to love our country. Even if we're dual nationals and we have 2 passports. The other passport, we use it for travel. And the Nigerian one, we use it to go to Nigeria only. But, you know, always much love. Shout out to Arsenal FC. Good evening, Mr. Oloke. Shout out to you, my bro. I hope you're excited for what Q2 is about to bring. This is the quarter that Arsenal will finally win the Premier League. So I hope you're excited. LV. Oh, my gosh. Shout out LV. LV was with us all the way back when we were watching the playoffs against Congo or South Africa. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Shout out to you, brother Steven. Mo Akpao. Thank you so much. At least I can speak that Yoruba, even if my Yoruba's not the best. But shout out to everybody. LV, bottle the league. No chance, brother. No chance. If you're a Nigerian Arsenal fan, put behind the worries of Super Eagles. Arsenal is about to bring the joy. It's coming. I guarantee. I just even want the Prem. Anything else is an addition. Like, honestly, like, it's been 22 years. We won the Premier League last when I was 11 years old in Faith Academy boarding school. So now, 33. Omo, please, it's been a long time. Uchechukwu says, your Yoruba no go university. It ain't at all, man. Blame my parents. I'm taking lessons, though. We must get better. But I speak good pidgin, man. Shout out to Faith Academy. I think my pidgin is pretty good. Obviously, I'm not from Warri or like the advanced level guys, but we do our best here again. Shout out to you, Joe Phil. Joe Phil says, thank you so much, my brother, for your efforts in making sure this NFF gets sense. Guys, they must have sense. Nothing in life infuriates me more than the NFF. I live in London, so I'm not affected by lights. I'm not affected by Tinubunomics. I'm not affected by traffic until I come in December. Exchange rate favors me since everybody chose to stand on the mandate. But the one thing that gets me heated and pisses me off in this life right now is the NFF. So trust me, brother, I'm going to call them out every day. In fact, we're going to get into it because honestly, I don't know how we're going to mobilize, what we're going to do as Nigerians, but we need to start holding these leaders to account. I'm sure you've seen the announcements from the Italian Federation today, and I want to know why we cannot do the same thing in our own backyard. So we'll get into it. Shout out to all 51 people on the live stream. Please like the video. It's one of the few ways you can support us for free. Please subscribe if you're new on the channel. Feel free to join as a member. We have a members-only live stream on Wednesdays. And just shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate the love. Carlewe Express says, honestly, I have to commend your passion, bro. The future of Nigerian football is hinged on this kind of passion. Because if we leave it to these as a man, we are finished. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Somebody's got to carry it on our head. Like I said, I've washed my hands of things happening domestically in Nigeria because I can't affect it from here or do anything. But you see this football and this music, I always go see every Nigerian artist in the UK anyway, whenever they play here. But you see this Super Eagles, it's me and NFF. Till the day I die, I promise you. I'm only 33. By God's grace, we still have another 50 plus years to go. We must see change in this my lifetime. I'm telling you, and all of us, we must benefit. And it's especially annoying because if it's a private sector, you won't complain, private business. But National Football Federation, it affects all of us. All of a sudden, we're not watching our country in a 48-team World Cup. Lads are going to America, where we have the largest African diaspora. I can't even imagine how many Nigerians are in America. And yet, we're licking our thumbs. Congolese people are cracking jokes on Twitter. People that have not been to a World Cup in 52 years because of Azaman incompetence. So we'll get into it. Shout out to Arsenal FC. He says, I was very happy to see Nigeria finally face good opponents. We'll give them some commendation on the Portugal friendly. I'll get into it. But I still have some things we need to still hold them to account. Because I don't want the situation where Nigerians be easily pleased. Oh, we played Portugal once. Oh, we're happy now. I'll get into it. Uche Chuku says, who are the candidates that would replace Gusau with proven administrative records? My brother, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I think the way the statutes are right now, unless you're an FA president of a state, you cannot run for NFF presidency. I'm trying my best to figure it out. In fact, once the World Cup is done, between July and that September election, it's me and the NFF on this channel, I promise you. Me and the NFF. If I have to go speak to the right people in Nigeria, get them on lives so we can have proper conversations about the NFF elections, what's going on, who's in charge, who's making these decisions, how can they still sabotage us after missing 2 World Cups, and we still have only one FIFA-approved stadium in the entire country. This is a country that by landmass is almost 4 times the size of England. Guys, stop letting these guys gaslight you. Too much mediocrity. But don't worry, we'll see who they are. Shout out to you, Emmanuel Osako. He says you're doing well. Thank you so much, my brother. Arsenal LFC says, my only hope is Frederick is available for those friendlies because the world needs to see his talent. I agree, my bro, and I'm hoping that we will see him finally be ready from them. But to be honest, with someone like Frederick, it's more important that we see him play some minutes for his club side between now and the end of the season. Whether that's it has to be Denda because he's on loan there till the summer. But I agree with you on Frederick. The kind of hopes I have for Frederick after the way he washed us last year. Oh, my God. Don't even get me started. Love, 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 love. Charles, shout out to you, Charles, man. Good to see you, brother. Charles said the candidates are coming out real soon. Charles, me and you, we'll work on this together. My email is olu@nigeriafootballweekly.com. Bro, you have too much information. We need to gather the knowledge and bring it to the masses so everybody knows. If we have to mobilize social media, whatever it is, the same way Simobike held their neck and all of a sudden they came to Arise News to be lying to people. And everybody forgot after those their stupid Pinnick had one useless interviewers just lying to everybody. Gusau too, just be lying. Then this NSC, don't even get me started on this NSC. They just appointed the diaspora committee We will wait to see the work that will be done. Respect to AY Sugar, NFF media officer. Very, very nice guy, and it was very, very lovely to me. He's been appointed, so congratulations to him. But my brother AY, I need to see action from you guys, man. Me, I'm a equal opportunity complainer and praiser. If you do well, we will praise you. If you do rubbish, I will call you out. I don't know. I grew up in Lagos for 16 years. I'm not one of the docile ones, man. My parents told me to open my mouth and speak as long as it's respectful. But sometimes when people don't even deserve respect, you have to hit them with the hammer because that's the only language they understand. So, my brother, please, NSC, Diaspora Committee, we would like to see some work. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, let's get started. Shout out to everybody. Patrick Agu says, please, what's going on between NFF and FIFA regarding Nigeria's petition? Patrick, guys, can someone answer in the comments? My brother, nothing's happening with the petition. It's done. NFF was lying to you and wasting your time, gaslighting Nigerians to hide their failure and their incompetence of the way they've sabotaged our football and the most important national team we have. Brother, there's nothing new. Honestly, Arsenal, let's move it forward and it's done. It's done, my brother. Charles, I'm just typing in my email. I tried to make it as simple as possible for the gang. There we go. Thank you so much. Oh, Charles. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for the super sticker. May God bless you. May you continue to be increased. May your ball knowledge increase. May all you desire in this life, this year and beyond, continue to happen and prosper in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to touch on the Italians. It's literally why I have that NFF resignations. Thank you so much. I've heard about the Colinodo, Kalikeme all involved. I heard they even put Cholofigiano's name. We will see when we have evidence to believe in. There is no part of Nigeria that church or chore more than NFF leadership. Presidency, at least those ones every 4 years, they have to lie again, and after 8 years, they'll come out. But this NFF, these are some men, God will never forgive them. I'm telling you. Guys, dear Congo at the World Cup, please don't ask about the World Cup again. Focus on 2030. This is why you should direct all your anger to the NFF and those incompetent buffoons. Sorry, I have to use harsh language. Because you can tell in Nigeria, being nice gets you nowhere. Look at the Italians. It not even take 2 days. Resignations left, right, and center. Even from legends. Then Gusa wants to come and tell us he wants to be re-elected. For doing what, bro? What have you done? What standards have you improved? What performances can we see that we did not see before? You cannot tell us that finishing second or third in AFCON is good enough. When this is a country that have 17 times, we finish first, second, or third out of 21 times. It is the norm. It is not like finishing first, second, or third is normal for Super Eagles in AFCON. But all the other KPIs, all our national teams, failure, F9. Thank God for Super Falcons. Even Super Falcons, where are the friendly games they have an international window coming soon. No friendly games have been arranged for the women. As a man, God will punish. I swear to God. Oh, God. God will punish these guys. NSCO, NFF, all of them. If they like, let them not improve. It's okay. It's very, very okay. Let them keep putting all these old people inside them. Nigeria, and we must respect elders. Okay, now. Keep respecting elders too much to the point of even Yoruba culture is even worse. Even if another person does not have anything in his brain, just because they are old, they say, oh, yeah, respect the ballet. No problem, we'll give you respect. But for this country to move, look at Senegal's presidents. Can you imagine Nigeria democratically electing a president under 40? Nigeria, their youth pastor can be 50. God will help us. Charles says, I think it's high time we as the upcoming Nigeria generation decide to take charge of our destiny and change our country's trajectory, starting with football. My brother, that's an amazing statement, but how? Obviously we're doing our little bit here and there, but I don't know what's going to get the collective public consciousness to just be tired of being tired. We know Nigerians have been tired for 60 years, but when do we become tired of being tired and accepting just the way things are? That's where maybe we may see some things shake, But, bro, Nigeria, you go and bow down to one side that does not have anything in his brain just because he's old and he was able to survive Nigeria. Nigeria, life expectancy is 50-something years old. So it's very low. So once someone crosses over 50-something, sir, Whether they're saying sense or not, you should have seen in Marrakesh once Shehu Diko came to the training center. Everybody, Nas, Nigeria. Oh my God, they make me laugh so much, man. Well, the same Shehu Diko that lied to us that petition has been watertight and he's proud of Nigeria. They didn't even pay presidential fee, but because they're big man. Oh, I'm already talking before I even get to my points. But Nigeria, man, Nigeria buzzes me, man. In fact, sometimes I ask myself why I care so much. But honestly, like, I think God put me on earth just to love Super Eagles and Arsenal. I love football too much. And just, I cannot remove the passion I have for these Super Eagles. Whether they let me down or not, I'll be there. I don't know why. Since I was 6-7 years old, I've just always felt this strongly about Super Eagles. And even Arsenal, I love Arsenal with my life, but I don't love Arsenal more than Super Eagles at all. But anyway, let's start the show. Shout out to LV, shout out to Charles. Charles said, after watching Jamaica DRC, I begin to ask myself, how did DRC beat Nigeria? Brother, we were all having the same feeling watching that game. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I watched those two teams and I was like, this is the exhibition of poor football. If Eric Shell had those 4 weeks of AFCON before this, imagine if the Congo and Gabon games were in March, just before the, Eric Shell would have wiped these guys, man. Just watching Dom and Domba playing and we're not struggling. Now we're looking from the outside. We can't even get in. Shout out to Nonso. Nonso says, you're right, Baba. I appreciate you, my bro. I read the Emmanuel. Shout out to you, my bro. He says, Olu, this is your bullet points today. Let me get into it. I've already spoken for 16 minutes. Me and Cho. Alan Emokbe says, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. He said, I hope Kayode in Brentford will see how the Italians are using Moses Kane's face as the face of failure on their reportage. My brother, I hope these guys can learn. Let's hope from this diaspora committee. Put Chustekong in there. Let's share your love in John and go talk to these boys. Because honestly, you could tell there's a lack of connection. Look at how the whole of Nigeria have drunk fake news that Odogonko switch for Nigeria. I told you guys, all you need to do is look on that FIFA website. His name was not there. The whole Nigerian sports media that just bank and live on fake news have gone to run all types of stories that Odogonko has already changed for Nigeria. Maybe he's on the way to doing it, but he has not officially changed. And FIFA even put a website for us to verify. Yet, go and check Twitter, fake news. I almost feel like deleting Twitter because the amount of fake news they peddle all the time, especially sports, because they just want traffic to their websites to make money from ads, rather than even bringing good information. It's enough, man. I'm telling you. So, it is what it is, man. But I hope Kayode sees, but honestly, I wouldn't bank on it. This guy still willingly went to go and play on that 21s. If I'm not mistaken. No, he wasn't even on the 21 squad. Actually, now who are we going to put in front of Kayode's family? Is it Eguavo? Is it Gusau? Have you heard the way that man speaks? At least Pinnick even speaks well. But even that one that I was trying to convince Tam Abraham and Eze, what kind of pitching did he pitch to them that did not come on board? I could pitch better than them. I work in advertising. It's my job to pitch. Yes, bring me there. Rubbish. It's not to put... We have Claude AI now. We can make 10 PowerPoint slides quickly. Get me something about culture. Just wasting our time. But it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Obviously, I love my country. Uchechuku says Nigerians are psycho fancy. Honestly. Charles says, Eguavo, Ekpeba, Gusau, Bukola, Olokpade, Diko, and Sanusi, please leave. All of them, you're right. That Bukola Olokpade is the one that told me that he'll give me tickets to the Morocco game. On the day of the match, now told me, sorry, there's no tickets. After I told him I'm extending my stay there, all of them. Ikpeba, I saw him in Marrakesh too. We took picture, but honestly, him too, I don't know what his presence is there for. You don't even see the players really talk to him like he's someone they respect. But that's also part of the NFF problems. We don't hype our legends properly. Where is the NFF museum to see Finidi Georgia exploits from 94 and 98? Or Ikpeba when he was Prince of Monaco? We don't keep records. But meanwhile, Ronaldinho launched, do you see the trailer of Ronaldinho's documentary today? There's footage from Nigeria 99 inside that documentary. Clean. Meanwhile, ask NFF to show us a video of 2013 AFCON final against Burkina Faso. Guys, go and type on YouTube now, Nigeria versus Burkina Faso final. Show me the shabby picture you see. So let's keep deceiving ourselves. They'll go and organize one friendly. They will sit down on their laurels again. We have done well. Women's team have no friendlies to play, and they're supposed to defend their championship and go to Brazil next year. Well done, no. Let's keep deceiving ourselves. And you know what pisses me off the most, guys? Nigerians are very smart people. Very smart people. But the problem is when people already have so many problems to deal with outside of football, it's only countries where you're living okay already that you have money for disposable things like go and watch match, go to the cinema, let's go to the pub, have a couple beers, let's go to the theater, spend your money anyhow. But those ones, they can't even think of anything like that. It's all good. It's all good. RP, man, said the upcoming generation have to take power by force. That's how. These old, incompetent, corrupt buffons will not relinquish power without a fight. My brother, honestly, man. Charles says, because if we don't fix our football, God forbid, I foresee Nigeria turning to Italy real soon. The only difference is they won 4 World Cups. Why haven't we passed the round of 16? Will it be worse than Italy? At least Italy still won the last, didn't they win Euro 2021? The Italian league still had two teams playing the final in the last 3 Champions League finals. Nigeria, our league, F9, 12th in Africa. This season was the first time we had an MPFL club in the CAF Champions League in over 8 seasons, and they lost almost every match. I think they drew one. They were so useless that honestly they were just a footnote in the competition. So honestly, we are nowhere near Italy's legacy. Italy, don't be today. Even me, I know Dinosaur, Paolo Rossi. I've watched every clip of every World Cup. I know who won everything. The Italians, their heritage can still hold them for a while. And they'll be back at the Euros in 2 years and probably try and win it. And their league is still doing well. Mind you, Italy are hosting 2032. They're co-hosting the 2032 European Championship, Euros. So even Italy, you see they're about to knock down San Siro. Even Italy are finally learning, even if it's after 36 years. They're about to renovate some of their stadiums because they have to co-host Euros. Can Nigeria host or even co-host AFCON right now? With what pitch? And guess what? The NFF president was on TV in an interview saying, it made me feel so ashamed when someone asked me, why can Nigeria not bid for AFCON? He's the president, so he's in charge. And he was saying, in Nigeria, the government, we have to wait for the government. I've been engaging the state governors and talking to the state governors. Very soon we will renovate the Slim Stadium. We will renovate this one. It's like, bro, you are the president. Where is your initiative? Why can't you go to the NSC and talk about task force? How can we do state funding plus private funding? Of course, you cannot do that because no private individuals will trust you with their money. When you have NFF sponsors, you can't even put a nice background at the back when you're doing press conference for Nigeria. You go and carry one shabby background like that, put Peak, put MTN on the back, put Nike sign. You think your sponsors are not looking at how you disrespect them? Let's keep deceiving ourselves. Now tell us until the money comes from the government, and sometimes there's always delay in government money. No part of him was thinking, how can we be a revenue generation machine as a body? You cannot sell broadcasting rights because you don't have any good stadiums. Nobody is thinking outside the box of how can we bring private investment that could trust what we do. And the only way they can do that is if you audit your books and we can actually see signs of progress. Somebody tell me one piece of progress the NFF have done in the last 10 years. Just one. And nobody should say going to AFCON semi-final or final. I'll give them one praise, hiring Eric Shell. But that was based on their stupid decisions before. What else? Somebody tell me now. I've not seen resignation, no. Anyway, before I overrant, before I go through the show, let me go through a few more comments and start the show. And then we'll get into it. My people are here today. Oh. Shout out to everybody. I already said, Olu, you are a weapon fashioned against NFF tonight. Yes, every time. And let them try and do anything. Nothing can happen. I'm not one of those people that Pinnick could be threatening that they will come and carry them from airports. Me too, my family no small. I know big people in Nigeria too, if it's by that one. So let's go. Big man for big man. Yeah. The United fans said, all honesty, what the players that are no longer needed in the Super Eagles squad? That's a tough question. Before this weekend, I'd have said Moses Simon, but Moses Simon played well. Urasor played himself out of contention, we have to say. So before we come back in that squad, Igor Ogbo had a disastrous match. Oh my God. I don't know if you watched it or you saw how bad that was, man, but that was some shocking stuff. I don't think we need to get too many people out. I think Ajayi, because of age, now that we've seen Fernandez, but he's not done anything wrong. He literally was he played in the AFCON 2 months ago and was really good. So it's an interesting one. If I think, okay, Uzo, Ayadele, they should never come to Super Eagles camp again. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. So those two, let's start with the goalkeepers. Center backs, we're not happy. Bassi, Frederick, Fernandez, they've changed our life. Onyemechi is now young Marcelo. Felix Sagu can still come. Sanusi's playing well for his club, but he had a shocking game the other day. So he still deserves another chance. Right back, Osai had a shocking game, but we know how well he played at AFCON. I know it's still there. Alibioshu is still there. Is there anybody that really is just thinking of the gaff? Onyedika had a bad game, but I'm telling you, I watch this guy at Club Brugge all the time. He's a footballer. It's just a shame Eric Shell's not platforming him properly. So on top of my mind, I don't think we need to panic too much. Let's see how the June friendlies go, and then we'll see how September comes because the new season would have started. Let's see what kind of moves some of our players are able to make, and then we can take this question again closer to then. Uchechuku says, imagine if it was Eric Shaw that handled the AFCON qualifier, we would have won Zimbabwe and subsequently qualified for the World Cup. You mean World Cup qualifier, but I totally agree with you. In fact, the fact that we drew 1-1 Zimbabwe at home, that was Eric Shell's first international window as Nigeria's coach. Straight into qualifiers. And we even beat Rwanda 2-0. Osimhen scored 2 goals. Then we played Zimbabwe. Was that the one where they injured Osimhen? Osimhen left the pitch. And then Ekong made that mistake, which is what Ekong's career ended. But I'm sure if Shell plays these same games now with the amount of time he's had with the first team squad, there's no doubt we will not be in the World Cup. And that's what makes it even more painful. You can see countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, they're not stressed. They know they have no business in the World Cup. There are only 2 African countries that should be in the World Cup that are not there. And we all know the 2. Nigeria and Cameroon. What the hell? Cameroon have been to the most World Cups from our continent. It's even a disgrace. They even lost their ticket to Cape Verde. But who are we to even complain when we lost our ticket to bloody South Africa? South Africa have not qualified for a World Cup directly from qualification since 2002. I was 9 years old that year. That's the first World Cup I watched. That was when they had Sean Bartlett, Benny McCarthy, Lucas Redebe, Mark Fish, Andre Arenze. And yet we still lost to that South Africa team, even after they deducted 3 points from them. World Cup qualifiers, we played 10 games, we only won 4. And guess who we won all the 4 under? Eric Shell. Oh, God, Nigeria. Oh, God. It is well. It is well. Guys, let's keep it respectful, though. No tribalistic thoughts, no abusing, no calling of people as malams. We're all Nigerians. We love our country. That's the one thing about Nigeria I don't like at all. In fact, when you live abroad, tribalism leaves your body straight away. Every time I go to Nigeria, people say, oh, the Igbos, this one. I'm just like, what the hell are you on about? People even think me, I'm Igbo, self. So I can't believe that you see black people fighting themselves. It makes no sense. So I saw a comment going on in Malam. So just to mention that, let's choose nicer words. Ada, hey, shout out to Ada. Ada said we need our media officers to take online literacy courses. Honestly, we do. Arsenal LFC said he actually believed these people. You believe Sheudiko? Story, man. They also go on Arash News in 3 weeks' time when they feel the heat again or during the World Cup. Charles says, Olu, is there a way we can collab with talks of FFT and bring awareness of the NFF statutes? And FFT know how to bring awareness and have the highest fan base in Nigeria. Thank you for that comment. I actually know the fans tribe guys very well. We chopped it up in Morocco very well. Shout out Henry, shout out Talks, shout out Godfrey, shout out Danny. Man, I didn't even know they knew who I was. Harry, that's my guy. But you're right about FFT. I don't have Talks' number. Let me go and reach out. NFF statutes. Because honestly, they do have the platform. So let's see what we can do there. Because honestly, if fans tribe speak, we know the whole of Nigeria football community will see it. And honestly, they're doing amazing work. Shout out to them. It's just me. I can't do a podcast in Pigeon throughout. But I love them so much. Thanks for that advice, Charles. And keep reminding me every time you're on here. I'll reach out to them soon. Arsenal said, I thought Arthur has changed to Nigeria. Bro, they're lying to you guys. This is what I'm saying about fake news. Every day, fake news. I can literally share the link with you guys now. I'll share with you now. Everybody save this link. If you have this link, it means that if a player is not on that link, it means they have not switched national team. Do not ever believe all those fake news merchants on Twitter that just be spreading lies every day. All they do, especially once Elon Musk took over. Thank you for that comment, Ada. Once Elon Musk came over, they removed the verified information. They said, oh, yeah, pay. And people are now farming for engagement. So the amount of times I just see fake news, honestly, is so concerning. I saw someone say today that Africa has 10 spots because of Morocco going to the semi-final of last World Cup. Meanwhile, the allocations for this 2026 World Cup were set in stone before the 2022 World Cup. So, you know, when I just listen to people and I just like, are you daft or are you dumb? Like, pick one. Honestly, like, so guys, look on that chat. If it's not there, it means, if look in that link, if a player's not there, he has not changed country. And there's no Nigerian on that list. Fernandez is not here because he never played for any English groups. Look there, you see so many Moroccan players. You go see the federations that are doing work. You can tell. We don't have to go far. You don't have to go far. It's right there. Even Cote d'Ivoire just got LEY to switch to them. It's right here in my face. Morocco, 3 players. I can see them. Issa Diop is right there. We saw him play 2 games. Nigeria, they'll be peddling fake news all over the place. No respect for information. It's so annoying. Anyway, let me get started with the show, but let me go through the comments. Shout out to all 2 people on the live stream. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Much appreciated. Much love. I know, typical Olu Rambo fashion. I haven't started my show and it's been 30 minutes. But this is why I love live streams, because I get to talk to the people and the people get to talk back. It's the best, especially for a one-person podcast. I'm very aware of the limitations of the podcast by me just running it myself. But I like to have my freedom to do things at my own time. For the World Cup daily shows, I would try to have a guest just so you could get different opinions. And eventually, I want to develop a show where we could have someone else, like a host I trust with their knowledge and information, and we can sync times. But just be aware, I'm aware of it. I know football gist, you like to hear other people's opinions. But I'll say I have pretty good football chat. You know, I know my stuff, if I do say so myself. And we also research. Even the ones we don't know, we'll go and research. iPad on deck every day. All right. Charles says, not only calling them, why can't we create a good environment for them to work? See what ZX said about Morocco building advanced facilities, making it comfortable for them to switch. Bro, Charles, you don't even need to. I saw the facilities myself. I saw what Morocco are doing. Let people keep gaslighting Morocco that they're trying to cheat. That's a federation that's working. Nigeria did that. 1 World Cup semi-final appearance from Morocco. Even though they've never won AFCON in 50 years, we're not even counting this, the Algeria AFCON they're claiming. And look at their clout now. And we all know that on a good day, imagine that Nigeria-Morocco match on neutral ground. No bias Ghanaian ref. Osimhen, look, we can go toe-to-toe with these guys. Just make sure Didi is playing on the pitch. And now we're sitting down at home about to play Poland, while Morocco are about to play Brazil in the opening World Cup match. Well done. Let's not keep calling out failure. We'll be back here again in 3 years' time. Don't worry now. People that expect women to qualify for World Cup, you cannot organize friendly. Nigeria. Uchechukwu. Yeah, Nigeria 99. I saw the stadium. In fact, Nigeria 99, my mom took me to watch Brazil, Uruguay. My mom used to work in advertising for Coke. I even saw Ronaldinho with my eyes. I didn't even know it was Ronaldinho that time. I watched the match. Brazil won 2-1. In National Stadium, Surulere, 2000 AFCON, I still went to watch Nigeria play Tunisia. First game, Okpeba scored 2, Okocha scored 2. I was 7 years old. That's probably when the bug was inserted. Can any 7-year-old in Lagos right now even dream of watching the Super Eagles in a stadium? Since it's only Uyo that they are carrying our players to. They will now show up to Uyo. Let's say there's no late night flights, because you people know how domestic airport is in Nigeria now. They will now sleep in Lagos, pay hotel fare, then fly to Uyo the next day, just because we don't have good logistics in our country. Meanwhile, in Marrakesh, in Morocco, I saw people take a train from Fez all the way to Rabat, 8 hours. Nigeria, they play. And Morocco's GDP is not bigger than Nigeria's own. Okay, GDP per capita is better for Morocco, yes, but their GDP is not bigger than our own. We have oil, but we don't have brain cell. Nigeria. Hey, there's someone tell me I should pray. Even God will be like, Nigeria, can you actually do some action with these prayers you're always praying? Please, like, where's the action? We can't continue like this. We can't. CJ said, smart people led by dummies and criminals. I totally agree. And that said, sometimes it's better to be brave than smart. The people ruining our fatherland just have audacity and connects to stay in power. Ooh, that's a good deep one, man. That could almost be like a podcast show on its own. I can't even lie. Man, that's deep. They have audacity. The same Gusa will now be celebrating when Nigeria win one match, but it's sabotaging their futures. We all know they've not paid them their full AFCON bonus. I'm sure you know. And all of you know that whatever bonus they were supposed to be owed for Iran and Jordan, we all know that they've not paid them. God knows how many months Eric Shell is waiting for his salary. But if it's to leak his contract, you see him there. Patrick said, someone just said he's happy that Nigeria is facing a better opponent. Please, may I know the better opponent Nigeria is going to face? Portugal. It's right there. We're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. Charles says, so many mistakes from bringing a Gavon to coach the AFCON qualifiers. World Cup qualifiers. Bringing Finidi to coach World Cup qualifiers, smuggling players in the list. Not taking player welfare seriously and playing on a bad pitch. Charles, you hit the nail on the head. Irene said, Teslim Stadium has been on renovation for over 15 years ago. Do you know a child of 15 years ago is now 100 level? Thank you, my brother. In fact, I don't even think they should renovate that. They should dismantle that Teslim Balogun Stadium and rebuild it. That shit is an eyesore for 2026 standards. Let's be honest. No wonder we're drawing against Sierra Leone 4-4 or losing to Central African Republic when they're carrying Genotro, Pesero and his boys to go and play Teslim Balogun. Even Nigerian players, I'm sure when they enter that stadium, they'll be like, ew, how can this be where our national team is playing? Damn. Then you go to Morocco. We played in at least 4 stadiums. Nigeria played in Fez, Marrakesh, Rabat, Casablanca. Good stadiums everywhere. But Nigeria are carrying ourselves to Uyo. No offense to Uyo, but come on, guys. It's like England saying they don't have any stadium in London. It don't make no sense. And everybody's smiling. It don't make no sense. But yet we can get there in December and all of us will go and fly back to Nigeria and go and jam the traffic. And they cannot find one new land to create world-class stadium. But if they stand on mandate, you see them. The most populous city in the whole of Africa does not have one FIFA-approved stadium. And people are smiling. Because they've created apathy. The average Nigerian does not even give a shit about Super Eagles. But he will tell you about Bluco. And he will tell you about Chelsea's financial statements released today. And how Chelsea have decided they're going to visit Nigeria in May. If it's club football, the average Nigerian is very well informed. In fact, the average Nigerian knows more about La Liga than anybody in Britain because it's on Super Sports. But the national team, F9. I'm sure there's some Nigerians that are diehard football fans. They don't even know Nigeria played Jordan or that there was nobody in the stadium. Let's keep deceiving ourselves now. No NFF photographer, no pictures, nothing. Nothing. And Gusau is sitting down there like a chairman, like he has done something good. It makes me sad because I almost feel like he just can't do more than he's showing. I've watched his interview. Remember, I transcribed one interview he did. You cannot watch it in the channel. Gusau, he's still trying with the knowledge he has, but how do I say this in a diplomatic way? Let's just say he doesn't have the best. He has a decent IQ. But let's just say it's not the highest. Let's leave it at that. I think that's a nice way of saying it. And then we go like that. All right, guys, let me get to this show. Uzo Osai, stay away. Zedu should not stay away. I think Osai is a bit harsh, Charles, just because of we know what happened right now. Freiburg goalkeeper is not playing for Nigeria. Guys, forget I said. We don't have NFF. We don't have good people in the right places to liaise with these people. Forget about it. And from what I've heard, the average German Nigerian is not really aware of Nigerian culture. But guess what? If you had an NFF that was thinking, they could collaborate with the Nigerian embassy and say, oh, how can we educate kids in the diaspora about Nigeria more? Can we do a workshop about the Super Eagles? Can we go to different schools in different towns in Germany? But nobody's thinking. Even our embassies all over the world. The Nigerian embassy in England is the only place committed to being useless in London. You enter that place and you think you are back in Lagos. They're just committed to being useless. The whole Nigerian embassy, there's no artifacts to sell, no place to buy food. One big man at the door will be telling you, where are your papers? And people are flying from Scotland. Though. So the incompetence we are seeing in NFF is all inside Nigeria, the whole pot. Thank God for all these our crypto bros or fintechs, or even churches. Let me give church credits. At least churches know how to do things the right way. You see the broadcasting of Nigerian churches, perfect. Social media, perfect. Because we know Nigerians do things for the Lord. We at least appreciate that in hope. But NFF. Anyway, let's get started with this show. Do you feel like Shell should move Onyedika further up? I agree, LV. I think Eric Shell, one of my issues with him is he keeps deplatforming Onyedika. Ada says so much had to go wrong for Nigeria not to qualify for the World Cup. Coaching decisions, pitch quality, and Osimhen's injuries among them. Thank you so much for that comment, Ada. Guys, Nigeria was given every opportunity to be at this World Cup. Every possibility. Backdoor, deducted points, so easy group. Nigeria had South Africa, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Benin Republic, Benin, Rwanda. And we won only 4 of 10 games. And nobody in NFF has resigned. Guys, at these 4 games, it was all Eric Shell. Oh my God. Let me not lose my mind. They got Bonnie of Inter. Thank you, Chechuku. Bonnie too has also just moved to Ivory Coast. Thank you. Lord, Charles said, well, how far with the Timu Clairefontaine they are building in Abuja? Why not use that 60 million to add money into that NFF FIFA still? Bro, even the fact that the NFF president is calling a place where he expects senior national team internationals who are all multimillionaires in pounds and dollars to come and lodge in a hostel. He didn't even say it's a hotel, hostel. That already told me that these people are. And the saddest part is Gusau has traveled. So it's not as if he has not seen other things. You look at your mates. Go and look at the hotels in Morocco's Mohammed VI complex. Go and look. I attend us hostel in Abuja. Nigeria has no heritage of playing games in Abuja. How many times has Nigeria played in Abuja? I went to the first game Nigeria played against Brazil in Abuja in 2003. And yet, less than 25 years later, the stadium is an absolute shit show. How many times have we gone to Abuja and done anything well? Why do you carry our players play Ghana over there? Bring them to Lagos. You want people in the most hostile city you have, where the majority of your fans are. But nobody is thinking, okay. Serious team hostel, superstars hostel. I was even so insulted, as if I'm in Faith Academy again. Hey, guys, go to the hostel. It's a siesta time. Good. Charles says the African teams are really coming of age. Imagine Egypt holding its own against Spain. Morocco beats Paraguay. Senegal beats Peru. Olu, have you seen Senegal Stadium? I saw their stadium. Guys, African teams are ready. Do not be deceived. In fact, I did my World Cup prediction today. Because I love the World Cup so much. Whether Nigeria is there or not, we're going to watch every game. And let me just tell you, Senegal, Morocco, Egypt, they're all going to do well. In fact, the only teams from Africa not making the knockout rounds in my calculations are South Africa. South Africa, they're going to struggle, man. Tunisia are awful. Who's the other one? Cape Verde, 3. Yeah, they're pretty shocking. And maybe Congo. But even Ghana, as long as they beat Panama, they'll make the knockout rounds. So if you like, say you want to go and clown them, there's no clowning to do. Go and look at the groups very well. In fact, by my estimations, Senegal will play Brazil in the round of 16. Egypt will play Argentina in the round of 16. So Egypt, Senegal, and Morocco will make the knockout rounds. Ivory Coast as well. In fact, at the moment, I think Senegal and Ivory Coast play each other based on my permutations, as long as Senegal finish second. Meanwhile, we're at home. So we're done. And we actually need our African countries to do well because it's going to help our allocation for the next World Cup. And it helps the entire federation. So Nigeria, well done. Biggest bet that could not fly to America. It is what it is. No Nigerian millennials, can we rise up? I hope so one day. I wonder how they do 2.5 million. My brother, any money, they've not done anything with it. Pinnick will say somebody's trying our destiny. Don't get me started on these guys, man. They piss me off so much. Thank you, LV. There are places in Nigeria. Have they come for open house for Nigerians at those embassies? You all know they have not now. He has very low limited bonus. Even the friendlies was poorly persecuted. Look at the Jordan friendly. They had to televise it for us and choose referees. Thank you, Charles. Even the broadcasting of the game against Jordan, you can tell it's the Jordan Federation that actually produced the match. The whole Jordan FA, they put it on YouTube for their countrymen to watch. Every time you see Jordan FA, whenever they're switching between highlights. So, of course, they select the referee and everybody else now. And Gusau is there twirling his thumbs. Go to punish that guy. Meanwhile, by drawing the game, we lost 1.83 points from our rankings. If Nigeria like, let them not learn. When we play Poland, we must beat them. Oh. Our ranking is ahead of Poland. If you lose to Poland, you drop. And if you beat Portugal, wow, what a massive blessing to your world ranking, because the way our ranking is going to drop, I've already prepared my mind. We're going to drop 7 places at least. So we're going to end up between 33rd and 35th in the world after this World Cup, based on what we can do. So we'll see. Thank you so much, Ada. Even the embassy in DC, their air conditioning don't work. So it's everywhere. Everywhere that there's a Nigerian embassy or high commission, useless. So how would that same high commission now partner with NFF and understand how to educate the diaspora people in that society about the importance of Super Eagles? You can even host a screening of Super Eagles 96 documentary. You can get Okocha to come and talk to them. Bring Akpobori, the people that played in Germany when they were younger, get them to talk to these people. Oh, what was it like playing in Germany as a Nigerian? Ikpeba, come and tell them what it was like playing for Dortmund. Thank God for OJB and the things he's even doing with the French High Commission. Honestly, they're doing some good work in France. You see Moses Simon, all these things. But what of the other places? But if it's now to come and just collect the boy and say, come and play for Nigeria, you see them. Look at Nwaneri wearing his shirt to Nwaneri. They put Nwaneri. England on that 21 match. His number is on the back. His name is on the back. But Super Eagles cannot play friendly. So come and tell me that Olu is not that uncommon. Why you being pedantic? Okay, now. Maybe I've lived here too long, so I'm just used to certain standards, and I just want better for my country because I see the potential and I see how good our players play. The one thing I would love to ask the first time I get to interview a Super Eagles player is, if they'll allow me put it out, why don't you guys complain? If you are Lookman, Osimhen, or Iwobi, Bassi, there's nothing NFF can do to you. They need you more than you need them. Are you telling me if Osimhen is shouting all these guys for all the nonsense they are doing, they will not fix up? Because if it's Musa and Kodo, they'll just go and kiss the ring. I know Trustekong even found it hard and trying to find the balance of like, let's still respect authority. Look at what Leon Balogun is come out and say. You call out for standards, all of a sudden he's not playing again. You want better for the country, they will gaslight you. So everybody, we should just bask in mediocrity so we can be watching World Cup from outside. Most populous black nation in the world. 1 in every 6 black people in the entire world is from Nigeria. And we're not in the World Cup. Well done, oh. Well done. Well done. Thank you, Jechuku. Lagos, Kaduna, or Kano. I even remember when we used to play games in Kano. And we used to play well. It's well, Sha. You. We'll go there and be playing nonsense. It's not the same with you we used not to make the last 2 World Cups. If you like, don't think of something new. Don't worry. Okay. You can tell Gusau doesn't know much about football. Thank you for the Arsenal. It's very clear, man. Charles says Eric Shaw gave us our first home World Cup win in 5 years. Let that thing sink in. Charles, oh, I love your takes and your knowledge, man. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? In 5 years. 5 years. Mind you, we played Lesotho. We drew with them. Iheanacho Cho starting as a right winger. Of course, Congo will refresh his team. Whoever said that, you're right. Small countries are shading us because we not qualify. LV, I think Morocco, I know they could top their group, but I don't think they'll beat Brazil to that. Brazil will fix up under Ancelotti once they get on. Thank you, Aride Emmanuel. Of course, it was only the Jordan cameras they used to take images on the pitch. Everything was the Jordanians. Look at the shabby stream we're watching now. How can a national team of Nigeria's importance be playing a match? The national broadcasters in Nigeria are not showing the match. SuperSport is not showing the match. And nobody cares. It's just apathy. But every Premier League game is live. Every La Liga game is live. Every Serie A game is live. Even Turkish games are live. England's friendly, I can bet millions it was live on SuperSport. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Countries that we're not even from, our citizens can watch their game. But Nigeria's own match, we cannot watch. Somebody, riddle me that. Let's see how it makes sense. I see we have the Congolese in the building. Well done. Welcome. Congratulations to your team. 52 years is a long time. So I actually hope you do all right. But there's no world where you're going to beat or drop Portugal. Nah, don't be ridiculous. There's also something called World Cup heritage. Unless you are Senegal, you don't go to World Cup first time. In fact, if you're not careful right now, Colombia will flog you. Don't be underrating teams with the way you played against Jamaica. Don't be deceived because you managed to equalize with Osimhen-less Nigeria and beat us on pens. This our AFCON version would have wiped you, man. But good luck. I actually want you guys to do well. Mayulo of PSG, good luck. I think it'll be easier for Congo to convince these players now. So good. So good luck to you. But do not be deceived. If you're playing your first World Cup in 2 years, it's not going to be a breeze. Remember Canada at the last World Cup? It was their first time in, I think, 28 years or 38 since 1986. 1986, yeah, in 36 years. And look how they destroyed them. Portugal will definitely beat them. Like, this is the World Cup, mate. Kaduna Stadium is under massive. Hey, Taiwo Kunade, good to see you, brother. Kaduna Stadium is under massive renovation now. I just hope it won't be abandoned. Bayelsa has been a new 30K stadium. Of course, testing Balogu renovation has been paused. Everything in Nigeria, pause. When I see the evidence, we've seen Senegal Stadium, we've seen Cameroon Stadium, we've seen Ghana Stadium, we've seen Ivory Coast Stadium. This country don't have two heads. Even Benin Republic. Have you seen the way Benin Republic looks compared to Nigeria? So let's go. Charles says, I think because they don't want to be tagged disrespectful and they always gaslight them and always say they're not patriotic. Charles, that's why they should speak up more. Because it's always the players that bear the brunt of this shit. But that's what happens when you don't have the right press conferences or the right avenues to speak. Can you imagine? Do you know how many banterous jokes I've seen of people saying Osimhen is not going to the World Cup? Meanwhile, all of us who watch Nigeria games, we all know that Osimhen is the last reason why we're not in the World Cup. If Osimhen was fit, we'll be in the World Cup. The first 4 games we played in World Cup qualifiers, he did not play. The game against South Africa, he did not play. The game against Zimbabwe, when we drew on 1, he left the pitch by the time Ekong made the mistake. When we also lost to DR Congo, guess who had left the pitch at halftime? And the players' confidence clearly dropped. Even against Morocco, when we lost on penalties, Osimhen had left the pitch. Osimhen is never at the crime scene of these things. It's just a shame his body is a bit brittle. If Osimhen, I hope he can go to the Van Persie thing where move to England and let's get some physios too. Even I know Osimhen takes good care of himself. In fact, God bless Osimhen always for the joy he gives us. But can you imagine if his injury record becomes even just a tad bit better? Oh my God, we will not be here now. We will not be here. But it's all good. Ayo says they have many more players. Are you speaking of Congo? They don't have. How can you have clouds after 52 years? You have to build now. Nigeria are still living off the 90s generation until today. You think it's easy to be a big boy? Cameroon is living off Roger Miller clouds. Think it's easy, bruh. Football heritage. That's why this NFF pissed me off, because Nigeria, we have football heritage. Even if they want to make us look useless and stupid. But my God will not allow such nonsense to befall us. In Jesus' name. In the same Eric Dem Quadri Adepoju are requesting to be sacked. Fuck those guys. Anybody that you see say Eric Shaw should be sacked. I saw one donkey enter my Instagram comments telling me that is it not Eric Shaw that did not qualify for World Cup? I was just like, this one, maybe as a man I've paid him 10K to come and be writing rubbish under my comments. I don't give a shit. I won't lie, I think Colombia will beat them very well. The stadium will also be like 60% Colombians because those people, they pack themselves so well. And that's it. Balogu got blackballed. Thank you. But they will not try that shit with Osimhen because they have no option. Honestly, let's see. Look at the teams, though. Look at Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast are going to do very well at the World Cup. In fact, watch out for their young buds. In fact, at AFCON, one of the only non-Nigeria match I was able to watch was Ivory Coast Burkina Faso because we were in Marrakesh earlier. Bro, go and look at Ivory Coast squad. Look at the ages of their players. It's almost like Ahmad is even a senior man at 23. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to you guys. Even if you say Ghana and Benin don't have stadium, bro, who's Benin? Benin that were 1 game away from qualifying for World Cup on our head. We should have shame now. Us with 17 AFCON medals. Nigeria, us too. Be speaking on your own level. Nigeria is Morocco and Senegal that is your level. Stop comparing yourself to small boys. Even Cameroon next door. It's not AFCON they hosted 4 years ago. Nigeria. On your mandate, they will change national anthem. The Senate is all docile. No opposition. You say, yes, we're changing the anthem for no reason. Now, watching Super Eagles, they're playing matches. They can't even sing the anthem. Everybody's just moving around. They'll do government meeting. They're singing on your mandates. Nigeria. All right, guys, let me start this show. First sub-Saharan team to qualify for World Cup. I think they have that's not what gives you heritage, I beg. It's not that 1972 that Zaire was the first team to, that one of their players had a free kick. Brazil had a free kick. The guy ran and kicked the ball away. I beg, if it's by their heritage, then they don't know reach around at all now. Think it's easy to play 6 World Cups and go to the knockout rounds 3 times. Please don't do that too. Someone said leave politics. Don't tell me what to do on my channel, please. Oh. Let the community tell you, please. I'm a grown-ass 33-year-old man. Don't tell me what to do. Talk with sense, please. They'll tell you leave politics out. You are seeing FIFA president talking about Trump every day. You are saying leave politics out. Don't let them be angry or co-sign Africa. We're not leaving anything. Rubbish. That's how not rubbish will always remain. Rubbish. Say leave politics. That's how they start. You now have apathy. You don't care. You don't be doing nonsense. You'll be affecting your life. Rubbish. Let's see how Diamande goes, man. But I think our teams will do well, man. Shout out to everybody. Just a fine reminder, my mouth is sharp. I'm very, very nice. I love everybody, but please don't tell me what to do. 33, I'm in Jesus' age. I'm a grown man. I'm closer to 40 than 20. Let's keep it cute. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, let's start this show after 15 minutes. Please talk to me nice. God bless you. I like that you're laughing so that you can see the information well. And Co-sign Africa, well done. Thank you. All right, guys. Okay. After 55 minutes, of course, Olu now finally starts. First of all, shout out to all 110 of you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. How many likes have we got so far? 53. We can do better than that now. I need a double. Please. A double. One love always, Co-sign Africa. Yeah. Arinde said, Olu be carrying me down. No. You have to understand, I'm always calm. All the times I thank you and I praise everybody and I'm always being nice. 99%. Come on. Me too. One time I'll say, please don't talk to me anyhow. It's okay. It's a two-way street now. We're grateful for everybody, but I'm just a human being too now, my brother. God bless you. Lord, Adeola, I just saw that joke. On your mandate, we shall stand by. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. And Ayo, don't worry, we'll get to the question. Why is nobody fired? I agree. Bello says, Olu, I want to ask, because those DR Congo players NFF claimed not eligible. Bro, they were always eligible. DR Congo, Yannick Bolasie was born in the UK. He played for Congo over the past 10 years. Let me tell you, Sheodiko and Co are wasting your time. They waste all of our time. All of us. Gaslighting us left, right, and center. Bakambu has been playing for Congo for how many years? Over 10 years. Do you know how many players have naturalized to play for Congo over the past 20 years? NFF now woke up one day, say, in the Congo national law, they're not allowed dual nationals. Go and check Austria's law. Go and check France's own. I can't believe the way Nigerians fell for this, their nonsense gaslighting. Now leaving everybody with hope. Hope. Even he won't be saying it with his mouth. Even in Marrakesh, around NFF official, I saw some of them saying it. Meanwhile, they could not pay procedural fee. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, number one. Like I said, I'm an equal opportunity podcaster, journalist, advertiser, just good human being. So we give them praise. Today, the NFF announced that Nigeria will be playing 2 friendly games. As I mentioned previously, we have 2 friendly slots to play since we're not going to the World Cup, and both have been announced. Firstly, we'll be playing Poland on Wednesday, June 3rd in Warsaw. I got confirmation it's going to be in Warsaw, but as usual with Nigeria, nothing is fully confirmed, you know. And then we'll play Portugal on Wednesday, June 10th on the eve of the World Cup. Yes, FIFA have given June 1st to June 10th as windows to play friendly games for all the teams performing in the World Cup. Because we have a total of, is it 16 groups? 12 groups. 12 groups. Because we have 12 groups, usually there'll be a bit of space between the last friendly games and the World Cup starting, but it's literally back-to-back. England play a game on June 10th as well. And then Nigeria play Portugal. Now, the reason why this is good news, of course, is for once, we're seeing the NFF organize friendly games against opponents that are who we're aspiring to become, our level or higher. Let's put it that way. In fact, I don't even know if we should give NFF too much credit. I'm pretty sure it's the Portugal Federation that came to approach them. And the reason why it was confirmed yesterday is because DR Congo's qualification has now been confirmed. So Portugal probably wanted to play an African team before they play DR Congo. So I don't want to give NFF too much credit, but anyway, Nigeria is playing Portugal, who are ranked 5th in the world. So that's a good test for us to see how we'll get on. Obviously, remember the last World Cup, we did not go, and we played a pre-tournament friendly against Portugal. They beat us 4-0. Osimhen did not play. And I won't lie to you, that was the day I already knew that I'm going to hate Pesero for the rest of my life. He already was messing up he messed up our World Cup qualifiers the next year. But the things he was already doing from that 2022, I already knew that this Pesero guy is not going to take us to promised land. So anyway, I expect a much better performance from Eric Shell. I want to see our first A1 squad playing this friendly. Yes, I know the season's over. They'll be tired. But guys, I hope this friendly match is played in America. We've not yet seen an announcement on where this game will be played, but I'd love to see the Nigeria diaspora get to still watch their team, even if it's going to be annoying on the eve of the World Cup. So at least good to see from the Portugal game. And let's see how Nigeria perform against Portugal. If somehow we could win, we could even get as many as 10 to 12 points added to our FIFA World Ranking total. And like I said, we're already going to fall because I've already calculated at least 7 to 10 teams below us in the ranking at the World Cup. Just one win for an Algeria or an Egypt, for example, would be worth well over 20 world ranking points. So we're going to drop from third in Africa for sure. Algeria are going to pass us. Egypt are going to pass us. I'm pretty sure Ivory Coast will also pass us. So that means we'll go to at least sixth. And you know, for you to be a top seed at AFCON, you need to be one of the best 6 teams in your continent. By God's grace, I hope after this World Cup, Nigeria will know that it is our prerogative to never be below third in Africa. The same way Morocco have either been first or second for the past 6 years now. That is where Nigeria should be. And I hope this pain will drop. This is why I mention world ranking so much, because NFF will not tell you when world ranking is dropping. It's only when it goes up that they'll remember. And it affects the entire ecosystem. If your team is not in the top 50 in the world, it's harder to get work permits to play in the UK or in certain countries. I'm telling you. So it affects the entire ecosystem. So anyway, we'll see how we perform against Portugal. And hopefully, I hope our starting players are all ready so we can go machine for machine on that game. Obviously, it's also good to play Poland. Poland are ranked 35th in the world, so they're a lot lower ranked than us. Obviously, they unfortunately got bounced out of World Cup qualification by Victor Gyökeres. My Arsenal strat. Let me do my Gyökeres. I'm ready for Q2, man. After Gyökeres scored the winner to make it 3-2 with 3 games to go, it was so sad looking at Jacob Kiwior being sad on the pitch, you know, but the game is the game. So Poland and Nigeria, Eskimo brothers not going to the World Cup. So it's not as exciting of a game, but it'll be good to play in Warsaw. So let's see how it goes. And we must not lose because we'll go down in our rankings. Now, I know about the Warsaw game, but we'll confirm when these other games are going to be played. Now, before people start overpraising NFF, what I want to also add, in a competent federation, now that you've announced friendly games, you will speak to Poland. Say, by the way, we know that there's a bit of a Nigerian diaspora in Poland. Can we get an allocation for 5,000 tickets for Nigerian fans? But of course, NFF do not have a website. Go online now. You can find englandtickets.com. How do we now get Nigerians to watch these games? Even when Nigeria played England in Wembley in 2018, do you know all of us Nigerians that entered that stadium, we bought our tickets on the England FA's websites? All of us. Go and look at the NFF website. Does that look like an organization that can even create a ticketing website without you losing all your data and malware not entering the system? I cannot tell you. How are we going to get Nigerians to watch the games? Once they confirm where the Portugal friendly is, it will likely be in America or Portugal. How do we get Nigerians there? Me, I could even try and go to Warsaw, but how do I know how to get a ticket? How do we know how the NFF are going to broadcast the match? Will they put it on SuperSport? Thank God we know Portugal will have a good feed, so NFF can be lazy again. But how do we make sure that everybody in Nigeria and the diaspora is able to watch these games without going to some shabby stream? You cannot work out some kind of deal with media broadcasters in the UK, USA, your key diaspora locations to show the game. I don't know what's good for you. So we need to see that. Also, please, you're playing Poland and Portugal. I guarantee everybody today, the Poland national team and the Portugal national team will have their jerseys on the back of their kits. NFF, Olonimo Bell, please, somebody correct my Yoruba because we need to use Dikpa words like Ashake Yoruba. Please, Joel, in the name of Jesus, please, get these players' names on the back of their kits. Last time we played Portugal, there were no names on the back of the kit. Just do your work for once. For once. The only friendly match I've seen the Super Eagles play in the last 10 years that they had their names on the back is when they played England and Wembley. And I know it's just because Nike Town headquarters is here in London. So they probably told Nigeria, oh, by the way, you know, we could get names of the kits, by the way. And that was the year when Nigeria released that, Nike released that kits that sold out all over the world. So they probably even had NFF's time. NFF, please, who's your media, your kids guy? I saw him at AFCON. Please, go above your paymasters. It cannot be that difficult to get Nike to print names on this shit. There can even be printing press machines in Nigeria if it must be. So please, do the needful. Get an actual photographer to take pictures. Run proper social media streams. Go and get sponsors. But the problem with Nigeria is they just want sponsors to come and give them money and they go away. If I'm a Guinness, I will tell Nigeria, we would like to sponsor you. Make sure on your training bibs, we have the Guinness logo in there. We will support your training bibs. Also, we would like to sponsor the official NFF man of the match for every single game we play. But when we sponsor this, you have to make sure you put a sponsored post with the Guinness logo, link it to us, and then also make sure you put the right graphics showing who the Guinness player of the match is. And then we'll also broadcast these on our other social media channels. But who is thinking? Why do you think every time the NFF have some kind of good deal, they always lose it? There was a time Guinness was sponsoring NFF. There was a time MTN was sponsoring NFF. Where are they now? Because if I'm MTN's marketing manager, how can I justify sponsoring anything to do with the NFF when I cannot account for what they will use the money to do? There's no metrics to track anything. So NFF, oh, well done for the Portugal friendly. But look, there's still a lot of heat on you. And then I'm getting straight to the next points. Let me just go through the comments and then we'll get to the next point. Now. Comments. Super Falcons having no friendly. Thank you for reminding me. I already said it earlier. NFF, Super Falcons are supposed to play AFCON in the summer. After you push them to the back of the pecking order, World Cup will happen. Then you've now shown them that they are truly an afterthought. The women's international window is in 2 weeks' time. Oh. No friendly for our girls. Where are the friendly games? And Gusa and Co. Then you expect them to magically win the WAFCON because of heritage and the fact that we won it 10 times. And we have fiscal superiority over them and individual brilliance. It does not make sense. And everybody just smiling. I don't even know how we'll get Nigeria to respect our women's team more. They've never missed a World Cup. They've won 10 AFCONs. And mind you, the last World Cup, they were penalty shootout away from knocking out England, who went all the way to the final. But instead of NFF to build on laurels, what have they done? Do you see how we performed in the Olympics the year after? We lost all 3 games. Failure to build. Failure to build. This last WAFCON was won in spite of the NFF, not because of the NFF. Do you know at least 2 or 3 times women players had to come out to beg them to organize friendlies for them? Useless people. Anyway, so corrupt and useless. Pesero, honestly, don't get me started on that Pesero. I don't even like mentioning his name again. 4 Nation tournament. I don't want to mention that one because I won't lie, it's making me angry. I should be playing against India and Jamaica while our mates are going to the World Cup. It's also not a tournament during the FIFA international window. So they'll go and bring all these bench boys as their season has ended. While other people that are playing for Champions League titles or FA Cup finals will still be at their clubs. Then Nigerians now complain that we're playing in India and Zimbabwe. Who wants to play Zimbabwe? Look at the teams that are roping in with Nigeria, Jamaica, Zimbabwe, and India. These are teams with no footballing heritage. At least last year was better. Please, I may not even cover it if I heard that announcement. It's Poland and Portugal I'm focusing on. FIFA window recognized friendlies. Going to friendlies that it will be. Oh, wow. Great question, Nero. Actually, that's a great point. But wait, do suspensions, do red cards in friendlies carry over to friendlies or the next official competitive fixture you play? Because that's the one thing I wanted to clarify. If he's going to be suspended for the Poland game or our first AFCON qualifier in September. The good news is, even if he's suspended for Poland, thank you for that comment, Nero. Iwobi will be back to play against Portugal. So that's good. But I agree with you. We need to go and scout for elite creative midfielders. Nwaneri, we're looking at you. Ebereze, I don't know why you did not come to Nigeria. What a waste of your talents. Now, England are debating if you're going to be on the plane or not. But that's what happens when you have an incompetent body versus a federation. Can you imagine any England player ever asking for their bonuses? Or playing a match in an empty stadium? Or being on a plane that will be shaking and then they'll be stranded somewhere for 3 hours? There's just standards that they will never have to deal with. But of course, Nigeria's own is always different. Thank God our music industry has shown us the way. Have you seen Ashake, Wizkid, all these guys when they are moving in England? Aura. In fact, our musicians are the big reason why it's so cool to be Nigerian in England now. Everybody loves being Nigerian. Everybody loves the vibes. Pride of Africa is from our music. Ashake will come here, sell out to Arena 4 times. We'll keep it moving. Burna Boy will do stadium. We are feeling ourselves. Burna Boy concert, sure, people fill the whole stadium. But NFF cannot even try organize friendly in England there and sell tickets with sense or promote it. They will tell you there's no money for budgets. Anyway. Thank you, Charles. Play international friendlies in diaspora countries in massive stadiums. Look at France playing a match at the Stade de France. Stade de France. That's like Nigeria playing a match at Wembley. But we all know those incompetent people can never do anything like that. So it is what it is. Thanks for that comment. I really hope we do well against Portugal for sure. For sure. Let's see. Then you will see what I mean by DRC. IO2068. Stop speaking for Africa. We are speaking about Congo. We already know Egypt to do well. We know Senegal will do well. We know Morocco will do well. Stop joining with them. You, Congo, you may make the knockout round, but you are winning one match. If that's because if you like, go and direct to Uzbekistan. I watched their World Cup qualifiers. They don't concede many goals. Look at what you did against Jamaica. You think you beat Portugal and Colombia? I don't understand. Anyway, fair play for going to the World Cup. So you deserve to talk your shit. We'll see what going on. FMK says, are you sure Nigeria is going to be ready to watch the Portugal match? I hope so, by God's grace. I hope so. Jamaica, Tanzania, and India. What the hell? Ew. Shout out to Jet Life, our latest member. I appreciate you for joining, my brother. Thank you. He said, Olu, would you rather have 500k subs or a meaningful role in the NFF communication and PR departments? 500k subs all the time. I get to keep my independence. 500k subscribers, I'll probably not even have to do my day job. I'll probably be making enough money off this channel to have a voice. It will also mean that my voice will be listened to more by the NFF because they won't be able to ignore me. You can see me. I like to push Nigeria Football Weekly. I don't push my personal accounts. I like to keep it separate. I'm not trying to be an influencer. We're talking serious business here. But if I had 500k with the influence where I'm getting sponsors from Money Points to Nike and Adidas, and I have a platform and Nike are sending me the jersey that I can even hold it and blame NFF and show Osimhen's name on the back. Absolutely. I think media is a great angle for you to have influence, especially in such a corrupt and inept institution like that. Then, obviously, after a while, you would hope as you get older, maybe do a diploma in sports or something to just learn the way of the footballing world better to then go into football administration. But who wouldn't love to go in there and try and make change? Like, don't get me wrong. I want to also admit I haven't lived in Nigeria long time since I was 16. I go back every year. So I understand there's things about Nigeria I'll never understand the nuance like other people. But with the little, I still grew up there for 16 years. I go back every year. So I still know a bit, So maybe working with someone who can also help me and we can work things out. Because I met the NFF Director of Communications, a lovely guy, Mr. Ademola or something. He was lovely to me. In fact, he came across so professional and fantastic. So I know it is the head of the NFF that is making everybody look bad. So we need to get rid of those guys. And then maybe we'll finally see good change with our people. But 500k subs for sure. Do you know how much money I've been making off YouTube ads? Do you imagine how many members I would have? The kind of reach, even on my social media profiles, I will definitely be able to command sponsorship deals everywhere and actually have influence. That when you drop a video, it will go viral and NFF will be shaking in their boots. That's what I would love. Then 2 days time, they will now go and bring out one of those they are yes men to go to Arise News to talk. That would be perfect. So for now, 500k. When there's reform, don't get me wrong, I would love to work with the NFF. But when there's reform, when we finally see a top to bottom change where they're changing the presidency, they're getting rid of all the rot, all the people that have created this nonsense system, and all the things I'm not aware about to the cronies that led to someone from Zamfara FA. Do Zamfara even have a football club to become NFF president of the most important national brand in the country? There's even parts of Nigeria, they'll tell you Wizkid music is haram. That is not... or some Christians say they don't listen to secular music. But Super Eagles, Imamo, Pastor, native doctor, everybody cares about the Super Eagles, and yet they cannot even get things right. So I'm hoping one day there'll be a purge like we've seen with the Italians, and I'm about to get into it now. The ranting I've done is not enough. Just wait for this one, my people. So that's what I'd love to see. If you clear out the house, we have the Olofinjanos, Michael Emenalos, people with actual football expertise and care who passionately can make change. They have the right contacts. We can build the right relationship with different leagues. We can start working on how to improve our league, get the basics right. How do we even form some kind of foundation that's sustainable so that we can keep things running? If our league was doing well, we will not need our NFF president to tell us that he's relying on state governor to create stadiums, because the clubs will have their own stadiums. Can you imagine Argentina? They'll go and play in what's that River Plate Stadium? La Bombarena, or what's the name of that place? They might slap their national stadium, but guess what? If England don't have Wembley, do you know how many stadiums they can play football in? There's at least 200 stadiums in this UK with good pitches. So we'll see. One day, I'll love it, man. One day. And I love this comment from Arinde. Sponsoring Nigeria at any level is always a big gamble for any brand. There have been cases where the sponsors are being sidelined at peak of events when politicians arrive venues, political sports. This is my point, my bro. Thank you so much for that comment. If you do not do things by the book, it will always come back to bite you. Gusau claims that they're not making enough money. They cannot attract sponsors. How can you attract sponsors when you sideline your sponsors for governor? People that have paid hard-earned money that they've earned. So keep going, doing mago to the back door. NFF will announce friendly. They will not tell you the location of the friendly. It's not on their website. They will just drop one post picture for you. Even the first picture they put, do you know they put both friendlies were on June 10th? Even quality control, just to check what you are posting. I now commented, I saw they deleted and changed it. Too much mediocrity. Too much mediocrity. A good example, do you know I was listening to a UK podcast? They said, oh my God, there was no power for 4 hours the other day. It felt like the 70s when we had the Blitz. Something Nigerians are going through every day. If the light should trip in this my house now, I'll be like, oh my God, what's going on? Wow. Everybody don't adjust. Buy solar, buy inverter, pay for diesel generator. Just be adjusting, you know. Presidents don't disconnect from grid. Everybody's still talking. It's all a symptom. I'm sure Pinnick is living very well. I saw him in last year myself. I saw his beach house. I was so angry that day. But meanwhile, he will tell us that they are building stadium in his village in Delta. And that's how we're going to progress our football. They asked Gusa about what happened to the money in Kirby Stadium. He said that FIFA's objective is that we should make access for football everywhere. So that's why he's justifying the fact that they tried to build a stadium in an uncompeted stadium in a village in Delta, that is Phoenix Village. They did not find the most populous places in Nigeria, or Lagos, or Kano. They did not find Port Harcourt, Ibadan. They did not find where people are. Is a 3,000 population village they found. Let's keep gaslight. NFF president used his mouth to say it. I can get you the clips. God will punish these people, I'm telling you. Jen Live said, I don't think we should praise NFF for these friendlies. Thank you. Like I said, it's likely Portugal. That's what I just said. Thanks for joining. I'm sure it's Portugal that did it. I'm telling you. Irene said, exactly. There's no government interference. That's why our music is doing well. Even Mikel Obi has been pointing out the ineptitude of the NFF. He does not help himself. You now go online and tell us that Arsenal are cheating. Meanwhile, your club have just been done for cheating over the last 10 years while you played for them. Mikel Obi has lost all credibility in England in the space of 3 weeks just by being a buffoon because he wanted to go viral for his podcast. Someone that was highly respected. They used to bring him to come and give takes. The last 3 weeks, he has turned into a clown. Nobody respects his statements anymore because he wanted to say things for clouds. He will now go online today and tell you that Arsenal fans are something. Mikel, please go and decide which accent you want to speak and then decide the kind of man you want to be. Are you a troll looking for traffic like most Nigerian websites? Or are you an ex-respected international footballer who won so many caps for Nigeria, won the AFCON, went under 20 silver medal, Olympic bronze medal and silver medal, and also won the Champions League and every trophy available for your club? Decide who you want to be, because the things coming out of your mouth and make you sound very stupid and ridiculous for someone so respected. You're even the hope of our nation. We watched from under 20, under 23, national team, winning everything. I remember your goal in Confederations Cup. But then you go online and just say things that make you sound retarded. Oh, I shouldn't use the word retarded. That's not fair. But it makes you sound like you're uncouth and you don't have any wisdom in your brain. So honestly, even in Mikel, I'm not sure, man. Charles says, don't you think it's time we have normal football stadiums? My brother, it's not even, don't you think? The time has passed. No stadiums, football stadiums should not be built for multi-purpose. Go and make the track stadium. Anyway, it is what it is. Thanks, Adeola. So, missed the first stadium. Thanks. Now, Charles has said that. Let me get to my next step. So, after almost 2 hours, like I said, why have there been no NFF resignations, guys? You all know the stories. The biggest story over the past few days has been the fact that Italy, 4 times champions of the world, including champions 2006, 2 times Euros winners, one of the most decorated countries in the history of football, and one of the biggest proponents of football in terms of the impact of their league, the culture, everything, officially missed the World Cup for the 3rd straight time in their history after previously not missing a World Cup. Yes, they lost on playoffs yet again, similar to how Nigeria lost against Congo in playoffs and lost against Ghana in playoffs. You can see the similarities. When you're a big nation and you're given a group as a top seed, you finish first or you face the consequences. But guess what? The difference between Nigeria and Italy is even Italy that people say need change, they still have club sides going to Champions League finals regularly. They are still hosting the next Euro 2032. They are already beginning their renovation plan. And most importantly, there are consequences for bad behavior and bad decision makings. If you are the head of an organization, why did I say head? Head, like Mr. Ibrahim Gusau, they will tell me he's Malam, Alaji. When your body completely fails, you, the man in charge, goes. That's how it works. If a government is embroiled in scandal, at least in countries working like the UK, the prime minister resigns. If Royal Mail do something wrong, guess what? If it's so egregious, the Royal Mail CEO has to step down. That's how things work in functioning societies. Tell me why today we have heard that Gabriele Gravina, the president of the Italian FA, resigned his post from the Italian FA earlier today, 2 days after his country failed to make the World Cup for a 3rd consecutive time. Mind you, this is Italy with 4 World Cups. 4! Consequence of bad behavior. This is a country that even won the Euros just 5 years ago. He could even do mago and say, well, I was in charge while we won the last Euros. He's been in charge since 2018, just 8 years. How many years has Mr. Amaju, how many years did Pinnick stay there? And how many years has Mr. Gusau spent so far? Once they lost, resign. That's what people with credibility and brain cells do. As if that was not enough. Gianluigi Buffon. Anybody in this podcast knows who Gianluigi Buffon is. One of, if not the greatest goalkeeper in the history of football. He's definitely one of. He won the World Cup in that last final. The last time Italy played a knockout match in the World Cup was 2006 final. He played in that final and saved penalties. Even Nigeria have played in a knockout game in a World Cup more recently than Italy in 2014. Eho Gianluigi Buffon, who, by the way, was the national team delegation chief. You can either say it's the same thing as, who's that, Guavon? Technical director or general secretary of NFF. Gianluigi Buffon too resigned. Buffon, Italian legend. He was even in goal 8 years ago when they lost to Sweden in the playoffs. Look at the people in charge already. They even brought in Buffon once he retired. Where are the ex-nationals with brain cells in an NFF? And guess what? These guys resigned voluntarily. We still know that Gattuso's resignation is coming. Surely. Even though Italians probably have sympathy for the hand he was dealt. We know what Spalletti did. We know the issues with the Italian team. Because me, I like international football. I watch everybody. But guess what? They resigned. In Italy, there are consequences for failure. We watched Osimhen become the king of Italy when he won the Scudetto. I went there with my own money. I went to Naples. I saw with my own mouth. consequences for bad decisions and bad performance. Nigeria, Eguavon still has a job. We have no idea what his KPIs are. Our underage groups are so useless now that they cannot age cheat again. Useless. Mind you, we've won 5 under-17 World Cup titles. Our women's team make up numbers again underage. Now, we don't even expect Nigeria to take part in the Olympics. In fact, we've lost our appetite for the Olympics. Olympics, that is our greatest achievement as a country. We won it in 1996. We are still living off the clouds today. Nike released that jersey again this year. Gradually, 12 years later, we played in the final of the football match. We lost to Messi. 8 years later, 2016, we took bronze. Since 2016, have you seen Nigeria in the Olympic football match? And nobody cares because these as our men have successfully created apathy. Nobody gives a damn. And when nobody gives a damn, people are allowed to run with impunity and run amok and just turn your football or whatever you're working on into dust. But by God's grace, they cannot let the hard work of the generations past be in vain. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. And these people keep trying to sabotage every effort. To now make matters worse, you have failed. Oh yeah, resign peacefully. No, I must hold on to power. Mr. Gusau, what business do you have running for re-election as NFF president? You are the absolute worst NFF president in history of Nigeria. Nobody should come and tell me about NFF presidents prior to 1980, please. We're still dealing with after effects of colonization. The absolute worst. And you are still in a job. Everybody is acting like everything is normal. They want to come and collect praise for organizing one small friendly. You're incompetent. You need to get out of there. If you've been in a place for over 8 years and there's rot, it is clearly you and everybody before you. Why is Amaju Pinnick still giving press conferences like he's the NFF president? If he does not think he has undue influence, just be talking anyhow. Go and carry stadium in the Borodo like we're stupid. Where are your resignation letters? Where are your resignation letters? Because you cannot tell me a Zamfara FA president who has overseen the Super Eagles missing 2 back-to-back World Cups, bringing monumental disgrace on the entire country, affecting us economically. Can you imagine all the businesses in Nigeria this summer, all the money they could have made when Nigeria are playing games? Imagine the atmosphere. I don't know whether enough people did not study economics. I studied economics in Nigeria first before I even came to England. So I know economics is mandatory in SS1. So we all know economics. The multiplier effect is too bad. Can you imagine Nike renegotiating a deal? They'll tell Nigeria to fuck off. You've missed 2 World Cups. Then you say you want sponsorship deals. To do what? Where is the evidence or track record of you doing anything right? Broadcasting, you can't even broadcast a match against Jordan. Nigeria cannot watch games when they are playing. Names on the back, F9. Fill up the stadium, New York, F9. Create training facilities in Lagos and Abuja, you call it hostel, F9. What do you do well except embezzling and then lying on TV? Because you think, oh, because Nigeria want to weaponize the fact that majority of the population are educated, you think can just be lying to people and they'll be chopping your zobo. A lot of us young ones, we're educated. We see through your BS. It is not good enough. You have disgraced the entire country. The passport is useless. We don't even have ambassadors anywhere. Go to any country with your Nigerian passport. Tell me what you can do. What are ambassadors doing? Tell me what they'll do. They'll go and sit down. They'll tell you their state visit with England. Tell me what your Nigeria passport can do. Nigerians will move country and be celebrating the fact that they have citizenship of another country. Is that normal? And we're all looking. You have sabotaged our football to the point where in shambles. Thank God we're so passionate about football that we're still creating talent through the cracks. Because these academies know that they have to earn money somehow and send players abroad. Where is the ecosystem? If your league, F9, you've not created an enabling environment. If you created a league that works well, a lot of these academies will be integrated back with the leagues. And naturally, when a player is doing well in the academy, like we see in the Premier League, from there, they will be moved into the main squad, like Dauman, like Lewis Kelly, like Nwaneri. And from there, guess what? When you're picking your Olympic squad, it's not so difficult, is it? Because you can find your talent base to get players from 21 and under. I saw somebody even tell me that MPFL asked clubs to compile their statistics and send to them. The federation is asking clubs to send them stats, not the federation having stats. Let's keep looking, though. But England will play on a 21 friendly. No wonder you have his back on the shirt, his name on the back of the shirt. Go online, you will see England FA player. You can watch the match. Clear HD, all highlights. But Nigeria is playing Jordan and Iran in empty stadiums. Gusau is sitting there proud of himself. Proud of what? Proud of what? You have disgraced the entire country. And you are standing there expecting to keep your job. It does not make sense. Nobody respects you. The players do not respect you. In fact, thank God for Eric Shell. Thank God he's even French, Malian. At least he grew up in Europe. So there are certain standards he used to. He now asks you to sort your shit out. You are telling him you are leaking his contract details. Why do you think someone like Emmanuel Munike can never be Nigeria manager? Do you think you can be talking to multimillionaire footballers like they are under 17 again? Then Munike will be telling them, hey, you come here. Because I scored the AFCON final goal in 1994. And I scored the Olympics final goal in 96. Talking to people like we are still in command secondary school. You need people who know how to speak to people. I'm sure they look at Gusau like this clown again. You can't tell. You now be telling us you are staying away from Super Eagles Hotel during tournament. Of course you have to stay away. Because you come in there and the stench is annoying. If it's to celebrate wins now, we'll see you there. NSC, all of you. Please, the Aspire Commission, what are you going to do? If it's to announce an resignation and appointment, Nigeria is the best. Where is the audit team? Where is the updates? All of us in our jobs do Q1 updates, monthly updates, weekly updates. Where is your own? You can't even get a fully functioning website. So, guys, look at Italy. Italy have footballing heritage. Even Buffon had to resign. Country that won Euros 5 years ago, their league is still Serie A. Third in coefficient in UEFA. Do not be deceived, though, by poor performance of Italian teams. And yet, look at how monumental missing the World Cup is and how heads had to roll and people had to lose their jobs. But Nigeria, if you do not implement consequence of bad behavior, it will forever continue. In fact, out of principle, I think Gusau has to resign. Because if he does not resign and if he's not sacked, you are setting a very dangerous precedent that you can be president of the most important sporting federation in Nigeria, do nonsense, and keep your job. And what you do affects too many people. This is not volleyball that maybe there's only a few people that want to watch volleyball during Olympics. Myself, I like watching volleyball Olympics. This is football, our national pride. Giant of Africa, Super Eagles. Everywhere in Morocco, everywhere I went, they say Super Eagles, Super Eagles, Super Eagles. Culture. You are trying to decimate these people's legacy by your incompetence. In fact, I need a harsher word than incompetence. Bottom barrel. What can I even use? Bottom barrel administrators of the highest order. A serious commitment to being useless and mediocre. It's so impressive. Do you want to be going everywhere doing big man? Don't you even know that people respect you more if you're a big man that makes things happen? Don't you think if Pinnick was qualifying us to World Cups and we had 10 good stadiums all over Nigeria, rather than his stupid excuses every time, we don't respect him. We'll see him and say, Mr. Pinnick, God bless for what you do for Nigeria. But all he knows is how to be threatening people and be lying every day. Hey, do you know what it means to miss the World Cup in Qatar? United go and installs and fire FA presidents to be NFF president. You are telling us care about our football. You now to remind the boss and told Arise that if I was the NFF president, we would not have missed the World Cup. Were you not the one the last time was you not just leaving when we missed the last one? So see countries where things happen, no. Charles, as I said, between me and you and everybody else that cares, we must hold these people to account. What's that Shake song? I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. Let me do. I'll start using music to make things nicer. We must hold these guys to account. There is no war they'll be. They know that because people have lost interest, apathy has kicked in. They are banking on people forgetting that they have re-election. They will now change their status and do nonsense. Then install the guy again after all this failure. How do you instill confidence in the players? Meanwhile, after we beat Algeria that day, if you see the joy in the air in Marrakesh, even the NSC guys, I saw all of them dancing. Useless people. So, guys, we must see resignations. I don't know how. Whether it's the Nigerian style that will wait September, but somebody must go. Whether it's Pinnick or Gusau, two of them cannot remain in charge. If we have to amplify this news, someone that's great at PR, come and talk to me. If we need to find clips, work with Fans Tribe, work with Simo BK, send information well, do a round table. I don't care what it is. But these guys, We must follow Italy's lead. Everybody must go, not just Ghana. Everybody must go. Incompetent buffoons. Technical director, no KPIs. Nothing. He's just in charge. Anyway, I'm done. Diaspora committee, we're watching you too. AY, much love, but please, let's see the work you guys do, please. We all want better for Nigeria. We don't want to be lamenting. We want to be celebrating. It's football, and see how you're making us heated. Football, we should be celebrating the fact that we're getting ready to play the World Cup right now. We should be discussing our exceptional performances, who we're excited to see play for Nigeria in the World Cup. How many goals can Osimhen score? Lookman. It will be finally start at the World Cup because 2018 was not starting. But here we are now. Here we are. So as well. Sorry about that rant, but I think at this point with NFF, it's becoming the norm rather than the difference. Let me go through comments, man. Let me go through comments. Thank you, Charles. Ministry of Sports in Italy demanded all of them must go. Even Buffon left. Gattuso's on his way. If we had good stadiums, thank you, Timmy Adeniji. If we had good stadiums, we won't even need a national stadium. Thank you. We see England carry the games round now. Didn't they play in Sunderland one other time like this? They played Nottingham when they lost to Senegal. Thank you. Uchechukwu said, "Nah lie, Mikel hasn't lost his prestige." Is his pointer. Uchechukwu, if you live in England, no problem. But I'm telling you the view from England, you're telling me nah lie. Of course, he has not lost the fact that he's still a footballer who did what he did to do in his career. But his prestige as somebody with a valuable opinion that we should listen to and trust, 100% is done. In England, when Thierry Henry is coming on Monday Night Football, do you know the way everybody turns their screen on to hear what Thierry Henry has to say? Even Martin O'Neill, anybody that will believe what they are saying makes sense. Why do you think it's Talk Sports and Club World Cup inviting Mikel? Have you noticed it's never BBC? It's never Sky Sports. It's never BT Sports. You don't know why. be telling me what I know in the country I live in and watch news every day. Please understand grammar, Uchechukwu. We're not saying what he did in his career is not relevant. We are saying his opinion to speak now. Please, clarity of words. God bless you. Look at Gusau, NFF board for 12 years. I didn't even know he was on the board. What was he doing there? No, guys, you cannot tell me there's nobody apart from Pinnick and Gusau now. There must be somebody else. Emmanuel, there must be somebody else. What of Shea Akinwumi, all these guys? Thank you, Yare Osad. With the rebuild starts now. Now. There's an AFCON summer 2027. There's a Women's World Cup 2027 summer. Then the year after, there's an Olympics in LA, in this same America. That has to be questioned, and we have to see how our team perform. While there's also going to be another AFCON in 2028, like Gusau told us. So we have to build now. The next 4 years, we have so many important milestones coming up. We cannot even get a competent side to play in the CAF Champions League. Then one donkey on Twitter will tell you that why don't know MPFL players be comparing Nigeria, South Africa, or Egypt. Look at how Mamelodi Sundowns perform in CAF Champions League. Look at how Al Ahly, Zamalek, Pyramids all perform. Even Morocco, look at the stadium. We saw the training pitches of Raja Casablanca. That's where Nigeria trained for their third place match. If you see the pitch, there's not one training pitch in Nigeria that is as good as that. One. We don't have one. Maybe BIS or private secondary school, I don't know. But I've not seen with my Kuru eyes myself. So surely there must be somebody else, man. There must be someone else. Of course, thank you so much, Yare. Nigeria businesses in USA and Canada will feel the pain too. Can you imagine the watch parties all over the world? All the catering businesses lost. People trying to sell merch. People trying to sell Nigeria scarf. People just trying to even just create fun atmospheres and environments to really bask off the World Cup joy. And we all know football is the most important, non-important thing in the world. There is nothing that makes the world stand still like the World Cup. You can say Olympics opening ceremony, some people don't watch. You can say, okay, when they're doing a selection, some of us, I have to care now because I care about politics, but some people don't care. But you see the World Cup, I don't care if you're Tom, Dick, and Jerry. Even your granny will be like, oh, the World Cup's on. And yet we cannot even share that national consciousness of joy because of these buffoons. So well done, oh. Well done. Well done. Guys, we must vex, oh. We must vex. We must vex. Ibuku said we just talk and talk, never take any action. Do you mean we or them? Because we are trying to get them to do action. Me, the reason I'm starting Nigeria Football Weekly is I got tired of complaining about the lack of media information and knowledge about the Super Eagles. The information pool was so poor. So even the way people got information about Nigerian players was through these fake news merchants back home. That's why I started the podcast. Literally, I know I could have made a podcast about Arsenal or Premier League or something that I'd done better. But I wanted it to be about Nigeria on purpose because of things like this. We must affect change in our own way. It must start from somewhere. It's not easy to stand up for 2-3 hours every 2-3 days and do live streams and do watch-alongs and do all these things. But guess what? I have taken the headache on my head because I love my country and I love Super Eagles more than almost anything. And somebody must care. Like all 120 of you here, you clearly care. That's why you're listening to me rant for almost 2 hours while I haven't even done any previews. Because we have to feel this World Cup pain. The pain needs to be so much that we'll say never again. Never again. So let's see, man. Let's see. Charles says, imagine he wants to run again. No, he cannot. Too. No, I'll message FFT. I will. I'll message Godfrey today. Under Pinnick's reign, we failed to qualify for back-to-back AFCON. Thank you. And when Pinnick goes around saying those things, he's still banking on collective amnesia of Nigerians. Me, I remember the AFCONs we missed. Mind you, under Pinnick, we missed back-to-back AFCONs after we became champions. After we became champions. Guys, Nigeria, God. God. How can you win AFCON? Go to the World Cup. Make it out of the knockout round. The last time Bosnia were in the World Cup, we were the ones that beat them 1-0. Osaze Odewingi, remember now? Odewingi put the ball and Menike called the ball back for him. 2014, we then missed AFCON 2015 and 2017 when we could have been building. It was Pinnico. Don't let him gaslight you. It's because Genoro now qualified for 2018 World Cup. He now came to come and take the praise. God will punish anybody that wishes bad on Nigeria or acts bad on Nigeria. Yes. Let me just leave it at that. Omo Taranta, thank you. This is a great question. How do we start petition? Maybe we'll go and ask Simo BK. If it's England, I'll know the answer because our petitions always work and it goes straight to Parliament. How can we start petition for Nigeria? Yes. Petition for NFF. They must resign. Thank you, guys. I'm liking this collaborative episode. See how you're teaching me things. I'll go and speak. I'll go and figure it out. Thanks, guys. Othniel said that his speech was stupid talk from his stupid mouth. Is that good sound? No, we must start this petition. Yeah, man. German, we respect the calf what he did on the pitch, but I don't take anything back by what I said about how silly he made himself sound by making those generic stupid comments. Like, come on, mate. Like, you played on Mourinho. Behave yourself. Jay Prince says, well said, we need to hold NFF responsible for their incompetence. Need ex-players to step up. I'm not even sure if we need ex-players necessarily. We just need competent people. There's FIFA licensed agents. One of my friends, Ohilonge, is a FIFA licensed agent in England here. People are doing work. Do you know the guy that heads the football agency that has the likes of Saka and Sancho? He's Nigerian. His name is Chooks. In this London. We have too many Nigerians doing important things in football for our NFF to be this useless. Even if you don't have brain cells, go and find a way to consult. South Korea have a deal with the Bundesliga, which is why you see young talents from South Korea playing the Bundesliga first. That's why Son Heung-min played for Hamburg first. Look at Senegal's deals with FC Metz and Ligue 1. It's not rocket science. But these people don't care, man. They don't care. That's the worst part. They don't care. They don't care, man. Thank you for mentioning this Remo Stars owner, Emmanuel. I also listened to him. He definitely has a good brain on his head. Thank you very much, man. You're right. Exactly, Uche. Why that? Bekan, exactly. All of them. I went to all their stadiums. Anyway, We'll figure out this petition, Sha. We'll figure it out. My Gary underage policy. Uche Chukwuemi expand. Obviously, I watched down that 17 that was Sime and Chukwueze won. And then I know we won one with Yana Cho and Aoni as well. And Simon. But I just want to understand the My Gary underage policy, which Pinnick destroyed. Let me know. Just clarify on that. Anyway, that's enough NFF ranting. I'm going to speed up the remaining sections because I appreciate all of you, 102 listeners. You guys give me your time. I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Much love. Shout out to Charles for the super sticker. Shout out to 84 people for liking the video. God bless you. As you bless me, may God continue to bless you all. This is also my most watched preview or review live stream when it's not specifically about Nigeria football or in the Super Eagles games. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody. God bless you all for the support. So let me give you the content you came for as well. I know we've given you a lot already, but let me just give everybody the breakdowns for the weekend ahead of the bank holiday. I hope everybody's off tomorrow. Let's celebrate the resurrection of Christ. Let's all just tap into the blessings and the joy with action. This Q2 must be great for all of us. Super Eagles will be free friendly games in 2 months' time in June. Arsenal will win the Premier League. Maybe the Champions League, we shall see how it goes. But, joy is coming is the point, guys. Do not wither. Even though I can lament on NFF, I promise you guys, I'm one of the happiest people in the world. I live my life for joy. That's why you see me weekends. You never catch me on air. I will live my life and have a good time. Best believe that. So, guys, please have a great time this weekend. But let me give you all the previews you need first. And I agree with everybody, it's unacceptable. Ziggy Miller, I 100% agree. Diabolical. Anyway, FA Cup. I know how annoying it is. We've had to wait 2 weeks for club football to return. And then in England, we've got the bloody FA Cup to watch rather than the Premier League. We have to wait another week for the Prem. But anyway, 4 of us big boys, except Manchester United, we know we're all still in the FA Cup. If it's Man United fans, they'll start telling you about if Carrick was the coach at the beginning of the season. Yeah, right. Playing 1 game a week. We'll see how you get on next year. Don't worry. Okay, so weekend preview. No Premier League games this weekend. We've got 4 quarterfinal fixtures in the FA Cup to prosecute. Obviously, Arsenal are the kings of the FA Cup with our 14 trophies so far, but we've not won any in 6 years since the pandemic. I can't believe the pandemic was 6 years ago, man. That's crazy. Damn. So, wait, comments. I see Emika. Emika, is that you? Emika. Shout out to Emika. These are editor extraordinaire. Without Emika, no party. He said, because of us, because of you, last now in the Prem, but no Champions League for you. Is that even Emika? Or am I confusing Emeka with my cousin Emika? Forgive me. Okay, anyway, weekend preview. Early kickoff on Saturday, 12:45 p.m. It's kind of nice that Nigeria and England are on the same time now, so I don't have to say Nigerian time again. Man City versus Liverpool, one of the blockbuster ties. These are 2 teams that we know like to pretend that they're in a love affair with each other, especially Liverpool fans. So let's see you continue a love affair, and let's see how it goes. 12:45 early kickoff. I'm hoping Man City win simply because of my FPL. I'm playing my wild card this week. And if Man City win, they get a double game week in 34. No, in 33. But if Liverpool win, Liverpool get a double game week in 33. But of course, right now, we're doubling up on City assets, not Liverpool assets. So just for that reason, I hope so. And then 5:15, we'll see Chelsea play Port Vale. I mean, City are feeling comfortable. Let's be honest. They just before the international break, they won the Carabao Cup and they won it well. Their form was not so great, but I have to admit, they played Arsenal off the pitch that day. Liverpool, on the other hand, we know they've struggled this season and they're still fighting for their lives to make it to the Champions League. So that's very important. These 2 teams have played each other twice in the league. We know City won 3-0 and also 2-1. So this is a fixture that City have got the best of them so far. Shout out Daniel Daniels, watching live from Brixton. Yo, near me, bro. I live in Lewisham. Shout out to you. I was in Brixton literally this time last week for the Odile show at Oto Academy Brixton. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for joining, Daniel Daniels. Much love, everybody. I will go through the comments, but let me just make sure I don't keep going through the comments too much without giving you the information. Obviously, one thing to note is this game is also the one just before Liverpool have to travel to France to play PSG in the first leg. Wait, why PSG? Oh yeah, Liverpool finished top 8. Okay, forgive me. Anyway, my prediction for this, since it's at the City Etihad Stadium, I can see City winning 2-1 for sure. I think that will be the score. Yeah, it's at City's ground, so I expect them to win. Chelsea play Port Vale Saturday, 5:15 p.m. Probably the easiest game out of all the teams in the quarterfinals. Chelsea, although they've lost their last 4 games, just to remind the Chelsea fans on this chat, their last win in this competition was when they beat Wrexham in extra time and with a man up. So Chelsea, don't go and mess up Port Vale. Port Vale are in League One, 3rd division, and they're bottom of the table. So they're set to be relegated to the 4th division in England. They did, however, beat Sunderland with the last-minute goal to qualify for the quarterfinals. But you have to say, despite Chelsea's struggles, this should be a procession of a game, especially at Stamford Bridge. I think they'll win like 4-0. Then Southampton versus Arsenal. Arsenal go to St. Mary's. Obviously, Premier League versus Championship opposition. Southampton qualified this round. Who did they even beat in the last round? Was it Wrexham? No. Fulham. They beat Fulham. Yeah, it was Fulham. They sit in 6th place, just above Wrexham on goal difference, and they'll be looking to make sure they at least make the playoffs. It will be very hard for them to make the automatic places like Coventry and Middlesbrough to get promoted to the Premier League, but you can see them maintaining 6th place and getting back into the playoffs, which will be a monumental achievement, considering how bad their season was yesterday. They also haven't lost the game in 14 matches in all competitions, so you can't take Southampton for granted. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. However, they're playing Arsenal. Let's be honest. You know, Arsenal were top of the league. We need to bounce back from a Carabao Cup loss. And one thing I love about Arteta is once Arsenal perform really badly in a game, the next match, we always rise it on our opponents, no matter who they are, all the time. So I want to see that happen because we're 9 points clear and we've got our Champions League tied to, manage on Wednesday. So I hope it's a procession. I think it'll be a tough game, but at least I'm glad it's on Saturday rather than Sunday. And then finally on Sunday, we'll see West Ham United play Leeds United, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. We know West Ham are fighting to survive relegation. Let's see what the Zerbi signing does for Tottenham, but I hope they still get relegated. I think it'll be funnier if they do. So let's see. I would love to see West Ham stay is my whole point. West Ham lost their last game to Villa, but before then, they drew against City and Brentford. So they're still showing fighting spirit. Leeds have not lost in their last 3 games. They've got 1 win and 2 draws. They also need to be careful in the league because they're only 4 points above West Ham. So it's a tricky one for both of these sides. One of these teams will be looking to get close to the FA Cup, but you can also see one of them being grateful that they're out of the FA Cup so they can focus on their relegation survival. So this one will be a tricky tie. In fact, I will will West Ham win? I think West Ham almost don't want to be in the semi-final of the FA Cup because they need to focus on staying in the Prem. So I can see Leeds United being a bit more focused and winning this game 2-1. But on paper, I think West Ham should win this game. So let me cop out and just say 1-1. And may the best team win on penalties. And then we'll see how it goes from there. So those are the the FA Cup fixtures. I am fancying Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and let's just say West Ham for proper heritage, When England won the World Cup in the 60s, Bobby Moore, Bobby Charlton, Jeff Hurst, they all played for West Ham, So let's give the Cockney boys their respect, So we'll see those 4 teams make the FA Cup semi-finals, and we'll play all the games in Wembley. And Arsenal, I can't wait for us to get back to Wembley to right the wrongs of the past. So let's see how it goes. Also, just for your information and for everybody to be aware, let me just speed run through everything, then I'll go through all the comments. Like I said, in England, every good... these I'll be exposing the level of my Christianity. When is Easter? The Friday and the Monday, that's off. There's always championship fixtures that day. So tomorrow, the entire championship except Southampton are all going to play fixtures in the championship tomorrow. There's 7 games to go. So they'll play one tomorrow, and then they'll all play another one on Monday. So, and then they'll have 5 games left between Tuesday and the rest of the season, of course, in the run-up to the playoffs. So, as I said, it's not my prerogative to have Nigerian players playing in the championship, but that's the situation we currently find ourselves. So I wanted to just let you know these games coming up tomorrow in case you wanted to watch some club football and just know how our players are performing. So, firstly, Frank Onyeka's Coventry City, who are, of course, first in the league, they've got a 9-point lead over Middlesbrough, second place. Frank Lampard is doing an excellent job, but you have to say, I really love the fact he's able to stoop to conquer, and he's an excellent championship manager. Last year, he took over Coventry when they're in the relegation zone, and they just about lost in the playoff final, to not make it to the Premier League. And now this season, we've seen them even double back and get better. They are flogging the whole championship. To have a 9-point lead of a Middlesbrough team that have done pretty well, you have to say it's very exciting. So, Onyeka, I can excuse you going down to the championship because it's only a 6-month spell. But this is how it starts. We even watched Super Eagles captain Didi play a whole season in championship, which in my opinion is an absolute disgrace. Maybe he was waiting to complete his papers to get his British citizenship because I know he has one now. But we need to stop this trend of our players playing championship. But for now, we'll see what happens. Coventry have won 8 of their last 10 games, losing just once. They've scored 81 league goals this season. And with that 9-point lead, you have to say that they'll feel pretty confident about their chances of staying, topping the league and going straight to the Premier League for the first time in well over 25 years. Shout out to Lamps. They'll be playing at home at the Rico Arena against Derby County. Derby County, on the other hand, and Coventry have won 4 of their last 5 games. Derby won their last 2 games 1-0, so this should be a tough game. Derby are 8, so they're looking to enter the playoff positions, which is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I expect Onyeka to start, and I expect Coventry to romp Derby, I'll be honest. I think Coventry will win this 2-0, so long may that continue. Also, Semi Ajayi has recovered finally after he did not play the last game against Jordan. So, Hull City are currently in one of the playoff positions. They're currently 5th. That's Semi Ajayi's club. Hull are 3 points above 6th and 7th. So a win for them will really solidify their push into the playoff positions. And then they could go again when they'll probably face either Millwall. Millwall and Ipswich are definitely one of the two of the teams that will be in the playoffs. We just need to make sure Hull, Southampton, Wrexham, Derby, we're not sure which of those 4 would end up there. So Hull, by winning tomorrow, will do their chances a great, great chance. I'm not sure if Shemi is fit enough to start, but if he is, he will start. And hopefully we'll see them beat Oxford United because Oxford United are 23rd and definitely going back to League One. So hopefully Hull City can win this game by 2-1. Then we will see Birmingham City, the battle of the Nigeria right backs. This is why I wanted to let you guys know this information. Tomorrow, Brightside Samuel's Birmingham City hosts Ranale Bioshu's Blackburn Rovers at St. Andrews in Birmingham. Both of these teams are not having the best seasons. Birmingham are currently 11th in the league. There was a chance they could make it to the playoffs, but they've had some really bad results the last 2 weeks. Blackburn, on the other hand, are just happy to be here. They are 2 points above the relegation zone, thankfully. So 24, 23, 22. So they're currently 20th on the table. And honestly, I cannot wait to see what Ale Bioshu does in the summer with a move because he's definitely good enough to play in the top 5 league. Anyway, they meet each other at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Birmingham have won just 1 game from their last 5, losing 3 and drawing 1. Like I said, Blackburn in and out of relegation zone, currently 4 points above Leicester. So a win for Blackburn will do them a lot of good. But Birmingham are the home side. I will expect Ale Bioshu to start. We know that Osai has lost his spot as the starting right back at Birmingham. So there's a chance he may be on the bench. And you have to say games like Jordan show us why Osai is on the bench. I hate to say it. It sounds so harsh because he played so well at AFCON. But yesterday, man, he was just slipping and sliding all over that pitch, man. Sorry, hiccup break. So, let's see if Osai actually starts the game because he still starts some games here or there, or if he ends up coming off the bench. So, let's see what happens with that one. But I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw between Birmingham and Blackburn. And then on Monday, we will see another battle of the Nigerians as Semi Ajayi's Hull City will be hosting Coventry at home 8 p.m. on Monday night. So when we're doing the live stream, I'll probably put on the game here on Monday. You know, one of the games of the weekend, you know, Hull would have scored 6 in their last 5. But I think it will all depend on how these two teams do tomorrow when they play Oxford United and Derby County, respectively. But it'll be very good to see what Hull City can do against Coventry. If Hull City can beat Coventry, then they're likely to make sure they confirm their place in the playoffs. So it'll be interesting to watch, and we'll take it from there. So that should be interesting. Bear with me in the comments, guys. I'm just going to speed run through this so we could go through all the comments and then end the podcast. Thank you for all your time. Thank you to all 96 of you that's still here. Da Vinci, I see you in the corner of my eye. I'm going to give me 1 second, bro. So, topics for the week. Guys, you know why I do this series? Because I want you to watch Nigerian players outside of the Premier League. So, I have 6 games for your listening pleasure this weekend or watching pleasure for you to track involving Nigerian players based on different scenarios or reasons over the past week. The first one for you is very simple, and I'm sure you already know. Saturday night, 8 p.m., La Liga showdown at the Metropolitano. Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. They literally play each other just days before they go again against each other in the Champions League quarterfinal next week. So this is by far the most blockbuster clash involving a Nigerian player this weekend. We already know what Ademola Lookman did against Barcelona the first time he played them in the Copa del Rey, where he scored as they won 4-0. Yes, they lost second leg 3-0, but they went to the final where they will fancy their chances of winning the trophy. But this should be a very, very, very exciting game. Like the first of 3 games that these teams are going to play against each other over the next 4 games they all play. Like, I am so excited. Barcelona are 4 points clear over Real Madrid. We know that. And they'll be looking to keep that gap, you know. But Atletico, can they do their neighbors a favor? Atletico, we know they've lost their last 2 games in the league. You know, not in the league in general. 3-2 to Real Madrid and 3-2 to Tottenham. And they've also dropped to 4th in the league. Villarreal have gone above them. So it's time for Atletico Madrid and Simeone to rise. Now, knowing Simeone, it will probably take a loss on Saturday, if he can knock out Barcelona in the Champions League. But still, you have to play for pride. Make sure you do not drop too far out of contention and end up losing your Champions League spot. But to be fair, they're a bit too high for that to happen. We already know how the games ended the last 2 times they played each other. We know Lookman will start this game. I was a bit surprised that Eric Schell started him in both games, I must admit, because I thought, why are you playing Lookman in 2 friendly games, Eric Schell? Like, I thought he would rest him against Jordan, but he didn't. So let's see. I'm sure Simeone will not be happy about that. But my prediction for this game, let's go with the 1-1. I think they'll outduel each other out, and then we'll see how they get along in the Champions League when it resumes. Da, 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 da. Now, freshly minted full debut Super Eagles International, Emmanuel Fernandez. Probably the most exciting player we witnessed over the international break from Nigeria perspective. So obviously, we're very excited to see how his team performs in their club sides. Because me, I'll be honest with you, I'll barely watch Rangers games this season because they've been 2-pack ass when they allowed Hearts to be top of the league. But man, watching Fernandez for Nigeria, man, he washed me so much, man. That guy's a unit. Now I see why he has 6 goals in 26 games for bloody Rangers. So we're going to track Emmanuel Fernandez this weekend. And the good news is Emmanuel Fernandez has the opportunity to win the first league title of his career. After transferring from Peterborough from League One straight to Rangers in the Scottish League, Rangers at the moment find themselves 3 points behind Hearts. Hearts are currently top of the league, while Rangers are 3 points behind them. And I believe there's only 4 or 5 games to play. Now, the good news for Rangers is they also have a superior goal difference to Hearts. So literally a 3-point swing will get them the title. Dundee are 7th and 6 points behind Falkirk, who are 6th. Now, we know Fernandez will start. Go and look at any Emmanuel Fernandez post on Twitter or Instagram. The Rangers fans are in love with him. And I don't blame them. Thank you, Rangers. We're in love with you too. You gave us Calvin Bassey. Aribo came from there. There's someone else who also played there, Cyril Dezers. You know, I even watched Aribo score in the Europa League final for Rangers. Look how Aribo has fallen. So, Rangers, thanks for unearthing these guys. Leon Balogun even played for them closer to the end of his career. You know, so thank you for Fernandez, man. We're ecstatic about that, man. This guy's a unit of a player, you know. But unfortunately for you guys, by him becoming a Super Eagles International, his profile's bigger. And we already know you're going to have to sell him in the summer. A left-footed 6'5" center back. Brother, that shit is rare. That's like Gabriel 2.0. Bro, that guy's been sold for 30 million in the summer. Shout out to Smith Fly. He was even telling me about Borussia Dortmund scouting him and looking at Fernandez. And he's only 24 years old. So he can get to play for Nigeria for the next 6-7 years, to be amazed to see. So we know he's going to start on Saturday. And boy, am I excited to see how he performs, especially now that he's become a proper super eagle. Let's see if that aura helps him as he goes back to his club side. And I expect Rangers to win the match, to be honest. But I don't know who Hearts are playing yet to be sure if Rangers will go back to first place. Also, another Super Eagles debutant this weekend was Philip Otele. He only played 10 minutes against Jordan, but he had a looping header that almost was a goal. So that was interesting to see. So I want everybody to start watching Philip Otele. I think between him and Yerasor, he did his chances of remaining in the Nigeria squad more good than Yerasor. I also think Ejuke has played himself out of the national team. That's why he's not going to play. He didn't play against Jordan. And honestly, unless he does a remontada of his season between now and May, I think Ejuke has probably played his last game for Nigeria, which is quite sad, but deserved. He plays for Sevilla. Look at Akko Adams. Akko Adams is undroppable for Nigeria based on his performances. So you got to live with the decisions. Anyway, Sevilla finally play Real Oviedo yet again, who are the bottom side in La Liga. The reason why I wanted to call this match out is the last time Oviedo are bottom of the league, they're 10 points from safety with 9 games to go. So they're definitely going. Sevilla are still squeaky bum time. They're 15th. They're only 3 points above relegation zone, and they have to be careful. Sevilla have conceded 10 goals in their last 5 games, and they've only won 1 game in their last 5. That's why I said, Akko, in the summer, we're coming to get you. I can't wait to do a transfer window special in the summer. Akko, go to a club that plays attacking football, and God bless you. We know you're a gunman. We've seen it for Nigeria. Thank you very much. So anyway, this is the one game where even with how useless Sevilla have been, they've only won 1 of the last 5 games, then win less in 4. They should be beating Real Oviedo away. But Real Oviedo may still throw a spanner in the works. We know Adams will start this game. We know Ejuke will come off the bench. And we know the last time they played Real Oviedo, that was when Ejuke scored his solitary La Liga goal of the season. Because that game happened like 2 weeks to AFCON, I had people in my comments telling me that Ejuke is the X factor for Nigeria. I was just looking at, are we so naive? I know Nigeria, we love dribbling, but because someone can dribble now, we're making it seem like he's the golden prince. Anyway, everybody has seen what Ejuke has done since, so I think we're in agreement that he doesn't deserve to be in the Super Eagles now. So anyway, I hope they both play well on Sunday, 5:30 p.m. and beat Real Oviedo. Okay, I also spoke about Philip Otele. Philip Otele's Hamburg are playing Auberg. Auberg actually have a Nigerian player, Uchenna Ogundu. He hasn't been playing too many games recently. But we also have Nigeria centre-back Jordan Torunariga playing for Hamburg. They're currently 12th in their first season back in the Bundesliga after almost 10 years away. But they've only won 1 of their last 6 home games and no clean sheets in their last 7 games. A win, though, will take them above Auberg in 10th. Auberg have lost 3 of their last 5 games despite scoring 8 goals. And they've conceded 50 goals in the league, which is the second worst. So I expect Otele and Torunariga to start the game, and Ogundu may come off the bench. Let's see. But with that poor defensive record of Auberg, I'm going to give a 2-0 win to Hamburg for this weekend. And then the final 2 games, just for you guys to know, I thought it would be very unfair not to call out Moses Simon's performances this weekend after scoring 2 goals in 2 games for Nigeria. Like I said, if you calculate Moses Simon's goals of 2023, 2024, and 2025, he only scored 2 goals for Nigeria in well over 25 appearances. So Moses Simon doubled his Super Eagles goal tally for the past 4 years in literally 5 days. So even if we're clamoring for him to move out, we have to say that he's definitely still playing for his career. And I love Smith Lai talking about how much he takes care of his body. A lot of players can learn a lot of lessons. Moses Simon is 31. Even if there's anything with age, I still believe he will play for the next 4 or 5 years based on how he treats his body, even though he's not the most ambitious player in terms of the clubs he picks. So that's my one grip with him. But look at what I was talking about earlier about the high commissions in countries working with their citizens. One thing I have to give the people in France, Moses Simon, OJB, all our players in France, they work very well with the high commission. And there's a lot we can all learn from the way they work in France. So shout out to them. Anyway, Paris FC are playing on Sunday away against Lorient. Lorient are 10th in the league, which is amazing because they just came back to the league. And Moses Simon's Paris FC are 13th. It's their first ever season in Ligue 1. So that's not too bad for an 18-team league. Lorient lost their last games to Toulouse, which was their only loss in their last 5 games. Paris FC, though, are unbeaten in their last 5 games. They've won 2 and they've drawn 3. And they also won their last game before the international break. They're also 9 points above the relegation zone, and a win for them will close the gap between them and Lorient in 10th to just 3 points. Simon will continue to start for sure, but he has not scored a goal for Paris FC in a minute. So I'm hoping he could take this in Super Eagles form and just carry it over to Paris FC. And I want to give him credit for his dedication to Super Eagles. I thought him and Fernandez are the two that could really raise their shoulders over the weekend. Akko Adams as well. Yeah, those 3. So well done to him. And then finally, another game to be aware about is a relegation 6-pointer in Serie A. Gift Orban's Verona, I think this is their last chance to potentially do anything to survive relegation. Verona plays 16th place Fiorentina at home this weekend. Verona are 20th in the league based on goal difference. Their safety in the league is in massive, massive, massive danger. Fiorentina, on the other hand, have gone on a winning spree, and they're now out of the relegation zone, but they're only 2 points above Lecce, who are 18th. Verona have 1 win and 4 losses in their last 5 games. So it's safe to say that they're playing like Wolves from August to November. That's how bad Verona have become. Fiorentina, on the other hand, are unbeaten in their last 5 games. Now, we know Urban will start this game, and I wanted to highlight this because if Urban is going to do anything of tangible note for these guys to save their season, it has to be this game this weekend. Playing against another relegation battler, Urban has not scored a goal in, I think, 6 or 7 weeks. I've been telling you guys he's been on 8 Serie A goals for how long now? So we need something to shake out for Urban. Yes, we know he'll go back to Hoffenheim in the summer. And who knows, with the way he's performing, Hoffenheim may make the Champions League. Maybe they may even forgive Urban and say, Urban, come and rock with us. But all I know is Urban will eventually settle somewhere and figure it out. In fact, if this Verona team were like Bologna and like 9th, with the way Gift Orban is performing this season, I am sure he would have been able to. What's the best way to say it? I'm pretty sure he would have been able to score 15 Serie A goals. And he probably would have been caught up to Super Eagles. But I know there's an issue with his nationality situation. I heard it. I don't know too much, but I'll go and figure it out. But anyway, I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw. I'm just hoping Gift Orban scores. I really want a Gift Orban goal this weekend. Like, can we see? We need our strikers to rise up again. Akko Adams is playing too many minutes because Eric Shaw does not have backup strikers he trusts. Yes, he could have called up Terry Murphy. He could have played on Wachu, I understand. Can even try Sadiq Omar. But we need attackers that excite you. You see how Fernandez is exciting us because of the profile. It's not just another body. We need like an Urban or a Duro Simi. Like I told you guys, Duro Simi was performing so well before he made this ill-judged move to Pizza. And he really reminded me of Osimhen in terms of his frame and how big he is and how he could run. But it's just not working out for him right now. You know, we have a lot of strikers on the cusp. I still maintain that Boniface will become the most talented Nigerian striker of this generation after Osimhen. I am hoping that with all the issues with his injuries, it would remind him what he misses the most. Because this is a player that was an invincible for Leverkusen. I will never forget. I don't want people to rewrite history. This guy scored over 20 goals for Leverkusen as they won the Bundesliga unbeaten. They won the DFB Pokal unbeaten. A league with Bayern Munich. So, Boniface, thank God you're back in training. I'm monitoring you. I know you're still far from full fitness or playing games. And I'm hoping it ends up happening towards the end of April. So let's see how it goes. Thank you for mentioning Bamidele Yusuf. Taiwo, your knowledge. I've even been tracking Bamidele Yusuf in Europa League games. Although him is more of a winger than a striker, so it's an interesting one. But you're right, he could definitely play as a support striker. So maybe we can even test him to become our backup to Akko. And Boniface can be the backup to Osimhen or something like that. All I know is we need our strikers firing again. Do you remember the time when we used to always say Nigeria have a better pool of strikers than even France? Especially when Osimhen, Boniface, Iheanacho was even giving us 19 goals a season. So we just need to get back to that place. I know Akko for a good club will bang that number. Onuachu, we already know will bang. Boniface is capable. Osimhen is capable. That's already 4 players we've mentioned that could easily score 20 goals a season. Murphy too is capable. I watched Murphy score 15 goals in Ligue 1 for Lorient when he was like 21. Just a shame what injuries have done to him. So I want to see who that next striker is that's going to take the mantle and really drive home our advantage as a country going forward. Because you can tell Eric Shaw is waiting for a striker to be he can rely on. He does not like Aroko Dari. Aroko Dari either does not track back as well, or he did some things during the Congo qualifiers that did not make the coach happy. I don't want to speculate, but I'm sure some of you here know what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. So let us see. And then finally, before I go to the comments and we end, this has been a long one, but I want to thank you, all 73 people that are still here. Now, finally, just for the ones to watch, for everybody to be aware about, like we already mentioned, tomorrow, Friday, Good Friday, Osai Sambros Birmingham play Radalibio's Blackburn, 3 p.m. Then we see Oxford United play Shemia Jai's Hull City at 3 p.m. as well. Then Franco Yeka's Coventry will be playing Derby County at home at 8 p.m. On Saturday, Leverkusen's Nathan Teller, who just recently signed a new contract, that's another player that should be fighting to enter the Super Eagles squad. You are a right winger for Bayer Leverkusen. You play in Champions League. Why do you have just one cap? Why are you always injured? Nathan Teller, Omotela, Kilo Shele. Please figure it out. Figure it out, Nathan Teller. Let's come and see what you can do too. So Leverkusen host Wolfsburg 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. Same time, 2:30 p.m. we'll see the Hamburg boys Filippo Telle and Torunariga play against Uchenna Ogundus Auberg at home. And then Werder Bremen, Felix Agu. Boniface is not yet going to be in the squad, but Werder Bremen play Leipzig. And I know that if Felix Agu performs well between now and May, we may not see Sanusi in the Nigeria squad again. Especially because Oyemichi is the starter, and now we have Felix Agu. So watch out for that. Of course, new sensation and rave of the moment, Emmanuel Fernandez. Rangers will play Dundee United at 3 p.m. Then Gift Orban's Verona will play Fiorentina at 5 p.m. We will then see the Turkish League resume. The Trabzonspor boys, Onuachu, Waiwu, and Nwakeme host Galatasaray. Yes, we know Victor Osimhen is currently in a cast, which means that he was very unlikely to play this game. And we also know that now that Galatasaray are out of the Champions League, Osimhen should not stress himself too much. Please get well soon. I'm loving the happiness factor Osimhen is giving to people on Twitter today. Speaking to people, giving them jerseys, just being a great human being. Love to see it. Osimhen, we're going to do our interview one day, I promise you. Don't worry, very professional. Me, I care about your career and what you're doing, and we like to keep things G over here. So that's what we're going to do. So Trabzonspor play Galatasaray 6 p.m. on Saturday. VO9 will not play the game, but this match is super, super important. In fact, if Osimhen played, I would have made it one of my preview games. Trabzonspor are only 4 points behind Galatasaray. Yes, Galatasaray have a game in hand. But if Trabzonspor can win, and they've won their last 5 games, they will be just 1 point behind Galatasaray. Yes, in reality, it may be 4, but you need to win the games. And you have to admit that the way Trabzonspor have been playing, it could easily be a 3-way horse race for the title. I mean, when you look at Galatasaray's final fixtures, they've still got a few tough fixtures to play to end their season. They still have to play Godsepe away, and they still have to play Fenerbahce at home. Those 2 fixtures alone mean that Trabzonspor should be very motivated to win the game tomorrow. That will be incredible for them on Saturday. So let's see how that goes. Then, FDB, my shooter. Nigerian, stop slamming FDB. Watch how well he played for Lazio over the last 2 months. And Eric Shell, play Visayo through the middle. Don't play him as a right winger against Iran and let them abuse him. FDB, my shooter. Lazio play Parma, 7:45 p.m. on Saturday. Then, of course, everybody, Luku. Ademola Lookman against Barcelona, 8 p.m. at the Wanda Metropolitano. And then at 8:30, we see the Porto boys, Zedu Sanusi and Terry Murphy, play against Ibrahim Abubakar's Famalicão. On Sunday, Omar Sadiq's Valencia plays Celta Vigo, 3:15 p.m. Moses Simon's Paris FC play away against Lorient, 4:15 p.m. At the same time, we see Chidozia Waziem's team play away against Metz. They have to win the game. If not, they're going to be relegated. Then, Pizza Boys, Akin Somiro, Dorosimi is still suspended. He will play against Torino, 5 p.m. And then 5:30 p.m., the Sevilla boys, Adams and Ejuke, played their match against Real Oviedo. Wilfred Ndidi's Besiktas, on the other hand, have got the other top of the table clash in Turkey, as they will be going away to play Fenerbahce. So that should be an interesting game at 6 p.m. And then Tochiko Nadi's Marseille go away to play Monaco at the Principality. So let's see if he could get some minutes in this game. On Monday, 12:30, we will see Rafael Hedika's Club Brugge host Anderlecht, two of the giants of Belgian football. Then Maduka Okoye will play his customary Monday game as Udinese host Como. That'll be a very entertaining game. Ooh, I can't wait to speak about that. Let's see how. The reason I say that is Como have the second best attack in Serie A this season, if not the best. So I would like to see how Maduka Okoye performs against such a team. And those of you that still slander Maduka for no reason, I don't understand you people. He played against Iran, played well, was excused and allowed to go. I still saw some Twitter fingers trying to say, now that you have seen Adeleye and Uzo and Okoye, who would you pick? I'm like, are these people just hating on this guy because he's a fine boy? Or is it that we have some kind of stupidity disease going around our country where people just feel like bashing this Maduka all the time? Like, if you don't like somebody, I don't get, you don't have to like him, but you must respect him. No more talking down on Maduka's name. Not on my watch. I'm sorry. Like, it's enough. Any people know what I'm talking about. And then finally, we'll see Semi Ajayi's Hull City play Frank Onyeka's Coventry at 8 p.m. on Monday. Okay, thanks for that, guys. That was an absolutely long episode. But I want to say a big thank you. I'm going to go through the comments. Give me 1 second. Like I said, we already have over 1,500 views. For a live stream that has nothing to do with Nigeria playing, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. May God continue to bless this community. May your cups never run dry. May you have a fantastic weekend, Easter weekend. As Jesus resurrected, anything in your life that you want to resurrect, may it resurrect well. And shoots the same way those astronauts went straight into space to soar higher and higher in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much. All 86 of you still here. And thank you so much for all the likes. I appreciate it so much. We are now at 100 on the dot. Honestly, I am overwhelmed with joy. So thank you guys so much. Okay, to end the podcast, let me go through some comments. So that was the last comment I went through, and then we'll take it out. Sorry, I'm so tired, so I don't want to elongate it, but we'll get the people on Monday again. So apologies there. Uche says, during my Gara's tenure as NFF president, there was a program to move players from under 15 to under 17, which Pinnick came in and destroyed. This Pinnick. Uche Jugu, can you email me, please? Olu at Nigeria for Weekly. Send me all this information in details. I'm going to compile a X-Files that I'm going to use for my... Because there's no point releasing this content between now and the World Cup. Nobody will listen to us. It's all about World Cup. But once the World Cup ends, just before we have to do Women's AFCON, well, we're going to have to face these NFF people properly, I'm telling you. Sorry, the future, Emeka. Sorry about that for the slip of tongue. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel that said, Charles says, are you aware that Sunday Dare charged Pinnick to change the NFF statutes, but he refused, and Nigeria paid for it? Now they are telling Gusau to do the same thing. He's making it a secrecy. So wait, Sunday Dare told Pinnick to change the NFF statutes. Sunday Dare was the former sports minister now. So are they telling Gusau to make it? Are they trying to make it worse, or are they trying to change it for the better or for the worse? Knowing Nigeria is probably for the worse. Hey, Adeola, I'm so sorry. Except for now, Chelsea is currently in coma. Coma, you know. I thought you guys were title challengers now. When you drew against Arsenal last year, you people were saying you're going to challenge for the title. What happened to all that stick talk? Huh? You go and win precision friendly. You lied to yourself, you're world champion. Champion call. I like the way Chelsea beats the black and blue out of them. One champion, my ash. If Atino wakes up one day, contorts a new tournament, gets Saudi Arabia to drop millions for it, and promises that it will give them 2034 World Cup in exchange, they now decide the teams that will go there. They say if you won Champions League in the past 5 years, enter. You enter. Barcelona was not there. Liverpool was not there. Arsenal was not there. And we are deceiving ourselves that the tournament. Anyway, I'm glad the chicken has come home to roost. Daniel says, loss of FIFA grant. Nigeria forfeits at least 10.5 million in guarantee participation and preparation fees from FIFA. Very, very good. They would have wasted the money anyway, so it's good. So at least there's no extra code for these people to steal. So it's good. Major brands should leave them too, yes. In fact, if I'm a brand right now and I'm negotiating with NFF, I need to see your 5-year plan. In fact, 4-year plan. What's your plan between now and the next World Cup? Because I don't want to waste my investments. And also, the way they're making in Super Eagles look like clowns means that the national team is not the most attractive right now for sponsors. So it's a flying wheel. They used to tell us that when I was at Amazon. The flying wheel cycle. Feel like let's keep alliance people be mediocre. It is what it is. Man, Charles, man, you guys send me some more information about Aminu Maiguri, man. I want to see any videos you have, any information. Let me learn more about Aminu Maiguri. Thank you. Charles says, Olu, are you aware that NFF made more than $50 million? $50 million in 2018 World Cup from Nike sponsorship. Are you joking? NFF made 50 million. Oh, God. Can someone confirm for me if the NFF actually audits their accounts? When Mr. I will go on TV and lie, Pinnick told us that, don't you know PwC audit accounts? As if we don't know the amount of... Anyway, let me not go and libel a big brand. But the point is, we need to see the audited accounts ourselves. If I go on the French Football Federation website now, I can download their tax books. I can download their accounts. If I go on English FA's website, I can find it. Morocco, same. So where's our own? That's crazy. Morocco have overtaken us. So country that had never won a World Cup game prior to 2022. Thank you so much for that comment. See how quickly people would dust you. See how quickly one World Cup performance almost wipes out your entire history because you also refuse to hold records of your past. Where are the clips of Nigerians to watch the France 98 documentary? Or USA 94? Where are the archives? In fact, it's even giving me an idea. Maybe I'll start a film company one day as part of Nigeria Football Weekly. We'll go and focus on meeting people that can make fantastic documentaries about Nigeria's past. Because this laziness is too much. But I promise you guys, anything I have to do myself for NFF, they will pay me. They will pay me. I've only worked in England my entire career. I'm not used to delayed salary at all. They will pay me very well. So we'll see. Da Vinci, shout you, man. So I think by next World Cup, the only players Nigeria should have playing EFL should be our goalkeepers. Even goalkeepers, Da Vinci, let's think higher. Otto Okonkwo is on the verge of maybe getting promoted to the Premier League. We already have Maduka Okoye starting games in Serie A. If we had a competent federation, Atubolu will not be waiting and twerking for a German cap when he knows Nigeria is right there. You know? So I don't even think by 2030 we should not have anybody. If you're not playing a top 7 league, you are not coming to national team. Then we can now start to find a way to become like Brazil, where Brazil only call up players that play in the top 5 leagues or the Brazilian league. Now, before one Ninkompu come and tell me that, well, they select players from a local league. Have you seen the way Flamengo won the last Copa Libertadores? Brazilian teams have won at least 5 of the last 7 or 8 Copa Libertadores. Their performances are fantastic. Their facilities, the way they focus on their club football is amazing. Every Brazilian you ever meet in your life, even if they have a team they support in Spain or in England, they all initially support a Brazilian club. Whether it's Santos, Botafogo, Grêmio, Flamengo, Porto Alegre, everybody cares about the Brasileiro. No matter how you are. Palmeiras, the ecosystem is fully there. That is why Brazil do not need a national center of youth development, because all the clubs do the work for them. Vinicius Jr. came from Flamengo. Neymar came from Santos. Rodrigo came from Santos. We watched Hendrick come from Santos. We saw Ronaldinho come from Grêmio. You can trace every single person's moves back to the club they started from in Brazil. So that when we get our league to the level of what Brazil means to South America, to what Nigeria could mean for Africa. Can you imagine a day where even me, as I'm starting here, I will now realize, man, when I was growing up, there was Julius Berger. Now there's Raymond Stars. There's Sporting Lagos. I was born in London, but I was raised in Lagos. I should want to go and support the Lagos team of Nigeria. Or last, Nigeria, we always say we are from states we have never been to. They tell you I'm from Osun State. What's the Osun State team? And imagine if I cared about that team as much as I cared about Arsenal and Super Eagles of Nigeria. We can get there one day, but we don't run the league like a for-profit when 18 of the 20 clubs are all states owned by governors. So you cannot make any decisions because everybody is doing everything from politics. So this is how the flywheel remains the same way it is, guys. And honestly, we need Nigeria football needs surgery at all levels. That's why they cannot keep anybody. Only for anybody to remain in their job. It's like when they are doing like a proper like merger of a company, or they're about to dissolve a business and they're deciding they will keep, or when they're putting people on follow. Everybody in NFF needs to come and defend their job, except Eric Shell and his team. Because technically, they're not part of NFF. They are Super Eagles managers. But everybody else come and defend your job, even if you're sacked. You cannot tell me in a country of 200 million people, we cannot keep platforming the dumbest of our society in positions of power. Most Nigerians have to work private sector or go abroad and jackpot. So what happens is the people that are so-called leaders were the dullards in school. The ones that did not do too well, they wanted power. Even me, the only person I know from my... I hope the person is not watching. The only person I know from my... maybe a phase of my life when I was in Nigeria that is trying to enter politics. He was not the smartest in our sets. That's just the truth. So until we somehow figure this thing out, we can put like smart people in the right places, and we get to a place where people do not care about power more than development, maybe we'll start seeing something happen. But it is what it is, man. Thank you so much. Ripple effects everywhere. Ripple effects, like I said already, Daniels, thank you so much. It affects everybody. Can you imagine I would have been planning our summer if we were going to the World Cup? I'm sure like 5 sponsors that will be disturbing my emails now. Do you know Sky Sports put some Congolese guy on TV yesterday after they beat Jamaica? There's no reason it couldn't have been us. We're British citizens. We live in London. We're based here. But well done. It affects everybody. You can't go to America. You can't watch your country. Remove even the economic factor. Just the joy of watching your national team. Do you know, guys, I've never in my life celebrated a goal as intentionally or with the same kind of veracity like when Ahmed Musa scored that first goal against Iceland. My soul left my body. I levitated. I would have not felt that feeling in how long? So let's keep deceiving ourselves now. That last World Cup that we're going to play in Wembley, see how proud we were. 20,000 Nigerians filled up the stadium. On the way to Wembley Walk, we were all dancing, singing. Some people were even making suya in the corner. After the match, we all went to go and party and dance and just sing Nigeria. Oh, guess why? We were going to the World Cup. Even though we had lost the match 2-1. The vibes. Shout out my boy, Obi, Tobena's dad. Always going to Russia, Qatar. Do you know how many plans we had to carry ourselves wherever Nigeria is? So it is what it is, man. It affects everybody. Thank you. Someone says Sunshine Stars. Exactly. Broadcasting revenue drop. Local TV stations. Daniel, you're even trying. NFF don't even try to broadcast, to even sell the broadcasting revenue. They don't even think that far ahead. They don't think that far ahead. If I'm Nike, I'll cancel the contract today. Today. People are hurting my sales. And also NFF, if I was a Nike exec, I would not respect them. They cannot even demand that I print out Lookman, Osimhen, and Iwobi versions of the kit for people to buy. Very useless organization. Adeola, I hold my hands up. Emmanuel Fernandez is the real deal. I don't know if I wouldn't say I disrespected your take, though. That's harsh. I think my take was very fair. Based on Waiwu, Tornariga, and other center-backs in where they were playing, you have to say that Rangers and performance based on club sides. But sometimes, not just about performance, it's profile. And Omo, with that guy, 6'5", left foot, composure, aerial targets. Take this one, Adeola, you get your flowers. Well done for that. We have on net another superstar. Imagine, do you know that if it was England, as Fernandez has made his debut, they will just tweet, buy Fernandez 25 jersey. Or what number did you wear? 18. Buy straight away. Today I can buy kits for Livramento, but I cannot buy kits for Osimhen. Make it make sense now. I can buy kits for Nwaneri, but he cannot see his name in Nigeria jersey. May God help us. Sheon, I beg, no call today, man. I'm sorry, I'm so tired, man. We go again on Monday. But I appreciate you all so much, man. Thank you. See, I've been on so long, my light even went off. Olu, people are not saying the one thing we're missing in football, and that's the exploration of science and technology. Charles, country that cannot get 24-hour stable lights. On your mandate, we shall stand. They should go and fix lights first. Let me tell you, they solve light problem in Nigeria. 60% of the country's problems will end. That's the honest truth, in my opinion. So let's see. Exactly. Thanks for reminding. Balogu played there too. I hope Dortmund gets Fernandez. Thanks for that, LV. Bayern, they even touch light Fernandez matter. Interesting, but I get it, man. Looking at the profile of the guy. And what I like as well, he's a big, mobile 6'5" center back. He doesn't feel leggy. You know, you see some center backs, like, Mohamed Saka is to play football. If he jumps, he'll be like, Fernandez is like a 6'5" basketball bouncy, like NBA bounce. Like, yeah, man, let's jump up. So I like that. I keep hearing about Prosper Uba. I'm going to check out him more. I think Uchenna Ogundu, this year, you can tell Oberg are just trying to bet him in. I think next year is when they will really unleash him and we'll see how he will perform. Elvis Arakodari is not serious, I'm telling you. Charles said, have you been to St. George's Park? Not yet, you know. I'd love to. In fact, I should make it my mission. Do you have to be invited? Can you just go and visit? Maybe I'll go there and run one consultation pack. Do one consultation pack for them. St. George's Park. Then I'll now go to NFF and present my reports. They'll tell me that I should fuck off. That I'm always abusing them. That I'm too young. That what do I know? I'll be like, sir, keep it professional. My day job is my job to talk to clients and present and keep them happy. Sell them dreams, send them reality, and make sure everybody's happy. So if it's to present and talk, I'm ready whenever they need, but we'll get there one day. I hope Boniface comes back. Taiwo, you're right. Bamdele Yusuf, exciting player. Olive Dikiocha. She said, Pastor Olu, let's start the ministry. Thank you. I'm going better in my faith, to be fair. We're getting better. Charles, you're right. Osimhen must show for that Portugal game. I'm sure even him will show as long as he does not injure. So you're telling me Sunday Dare told this guy to improve the statute so that there is better voting power, and they should remove the strong voting power of incompetent state FHMers, chairman, and they refused. Charles, I'm begging you, Olu at Nigeria Football Weekly, please send me any and every detail. You know me, I will take my time to study this thing. I don't have to start my new job until April 14th. Send me this link. Send me everything. In fact, deeper web link, send it to me. I will read and watch everything. I need to build my notes. We will tackle them on everything. Please email me. KPIs. Yes. Like Olive said. Yeah, Olive. KPIs. All of us, we work. We have KPIs every quarter, every year. Eguavo, what's your KPI? Yes, we appreciate you for what you did in the 90s as a footballer. But you are now sabotaging the next generation of being able to do what you did in the 90s. You played World Cup. Finidi, you played World Cup. But you don't want anybody else to play World Cup. And what even makes me feel worse is Eguavo and Finidi, they are the worst. Because they should have the agency to be their own men based on the careers they've had and what they could have decided with their careers. But they've literally become NFF errand boys. Because that's the only way that they're on the good side with this Amaju and co. Have you noticed? It's only the docile ones that Amaju likes. He will now be fighting Mikel. Okay, now let me forgive Mikel for once because he was saying some sensible stuff in Nigeria. The Mikels, the Trustekongs, all these other ones, they will tell you that they are problematic. The same Pinnick that used his mouth to tell us that he told the coach that me, I have a slot and put Musa in the team. God will forgive. Brazenly admitting the nonsense corruption he's doing in the place. Now come and be telling us that if you're in charge, we'll make the World Cup as if we are stupid. God will punish, and I'm not abusing anybody, but God will punish people that do not like Nigeria or do not treat Nigeria with the respect it deserves. Let's put it that way. Because if I, from Great Britain and London here, can be fighting for Nigeria with my life every time when I can, then that lets you know how useless those people are. Very, very scary people. I will call him out too. Atubolu forgets. Thank you, Da Vinci. Italy Federation must be the NFF of UEFA. But guess what? Da Vinci, they're no NFF because they are resigning. They are resigning. Even if you said they have the worst infrastructure, people are still losing their jobs. Even with this worst infrastructure, they're still co-hosting Euro 2032. And guess what? They're about to renovate San Siro. Nigeria, what do we even have? We don't even have club side that can make finals. Last Champions League final was no Inter in the final. NPFL team that have not smelt knockout round of CAF Champions League since the 2000s. I watched Vicente Yamas and Imba win back-to-back CAF Champions League 03-04 or 02-03. And now we can't even get, let me bend. One Nigerian team will make knockout round of CAF Champions League. Impossible. Let's not waste our time. But Italy, trust me, they are far ahead of us and they respect football because that's why these people, after the failure, have resigned. Nigeria, nobody has resigned. They don't want to change statutes. They still want to cheat. Don't worry now. Thank you so much, Charles, for this comment. Let me write it. This is how the NFF elections go. It contains 44 NFF statutes and the 37 state FA chairmen have the power to make the FA chairman happy. You keep your spots. That's why Gusai always flies the chairman. Charles, I'm waiting for this email. Send me, my bro. So the goal is to increase the 42 statutes to 85 or 115 statutes. But as Amen are saying, it's too much. Okay. So they only want 44 people to have the power to decide who becomes an NFF president. Something that has a gigantic impact on the entire country. They must be mad. They don't want to increase to 85 or 115. Oh, Charles, you don't know what you have done for me today. Just now they have given me the information. You know me, I don't forget. Oh, just send it to me. I will see it all in my email. 85 to 115. Thank you so much. I will deal with these guys. I promise you. Football is such a huge industry. Like Future Emeka said, sorry for confusing you with my cousin, by the way. He's even Emeka, so I should slap myself. Well, you don't get Igbo names wrong. Emeka, forgive me. Football is such a huge industry. I think the biggest, in my opinion, is everybody eats. Lawyers, doctors, engineers, football, journalists, content creator. Sad we're not thinking of these things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Future Emeka. This is my biggest problem with NFF. Nobody has the foresight to think about the bigger picture. If we had a functioning system, do you know how big the footballing industry in Nigeria could be? Imagine if every club had competent people in charge. They had their own stadiums. There was a general secretary. Within each club will have their marketing manager, their PR manager, their head of sponsorships, the person doing merch, all the people that can even create food vendors outside the stadium, drink venues, so many things. Official lawyer of the club. Mamelodi Sundowns, I'm sure they have a lawyer. And we know that he's competent at whatever job he's doing. The Nigeria one, we don't know. We don't know. They will tell you Kanu is an Imba chairman, but we know he must speak to Uzo Kalu or whoever is it Abia State governor. You know, so we're just doing ourselves, man. Thank you, LV. Honestly, man. But Future Emeka will get there one day because we must. Thank you, LV. That Musa goal, like I said, and that Wembley match. Even some of my friends that hated football, they were like, we want to come. Let's go and watch Nigeria. And then next time Nigeria come here, guess what they do? Is to play Unity Cup outside international window. How we get our best players? Why aren't you speaking to us now? Do you know that Nigerians could fill out the Emirates Stadium if Nigeria was playing? Easily. Do you know how many Nigerians are in this England? And the Arsenal fans? But nobody is thinking in that federation. Irene said, watching Fernandez goal in real time looks like slow motion. Honestly, as cool as ice. I love his confidence, honestly. Elias, shout out to you, man. Elias said, I don't know about everyone here. Country over club. The joy that I felt after beating Mauritius. And advancing to the group qualifiers for the first time. I never feel about Arsenal. I've said it multiple times on the channel, Elias. Me, I feel so deeply for Arsenal. Like, I love Arsenal more than 98% of things in the world. But even my love for Arsenal is not up to Super Eagles. I agree. So I really. You see, guys, this is why they say everybody's KPI is different. Elias, one of our best community members, Somalian, always supporting us, always watching. He's even just so overjoyed seeing his country make an official AFCON proper qualifier to show you where Somalia are coming from. So even the expectations, Nigeria, 6 World Cups in our history, with such a talented squad, probably the best in Africa, the most populous for sure, the biggest brand for sure. Even in Morocco, I felt it. And yet, we're not in our own KPIs. So we need to take inspiration from Somalia. Let's do better than what people expect from us. Nigeria, the last few years, we're always doing worse than people expect from us. Let's surprise people for once. Gusa and Pinnick, I'm coming for you with these statues. Shout out to Charles. And something will change one day. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to you, Charles, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you always. And thank you so much for the super chat, Charles. May God continue to bless you as you blessed me, and for all the wisdom and all the knowledge and also the insights, because nobody can ever know all the information. I want to say a big thank you to you, and I thank you for the kind words about your comment. Much love. Thank you. Okay, listeners, you guys have run it up for me. I am absolutely joyed, and I just want to thank everybody for taking the time out of your schedules to vibe with us today to talk about football. Enjoy all the football coming over the weekend. You've also given me 106 likes, which I really appreciate. I really just want to say a big thank you to everybody. Remember, next live stream on Monday, 8 p.m., where we'll cover out all the weekend games went. We're Nigerian Football Weekly on all social media channels except Twitter. You can see the information right below here. If you like audio, all the information will also be in the audio for you to watch. Literally on. It's also available on Amazon Music, Spotify, Audio Mac for Nigeria. Everybody, we did for you. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Final 2 comments just before I go. Kehinde Victor Olumide said, talk about Brightside Samuel in our last game. What do you think about him? Kehinde, shout out to you, fellow twin. Just go and watch the review video I did for the match. I was very clear about Osai struggling in the match. I don't think it was his best performance at all. He really struggled. But he has AFCON credits in the bank. But my conclusion was you can still see the difference in Ola Aina's level and Osai's level and Alebiosu's level. In fact, I think Alebiosu's level, Osai Samuel is already 28. He's not a spring chicken. He's only 1 year younger than Ola Aina. But Alebiosu is 24. And you can see Alebiosu, the tools, especially his attacking play, and how big he is and how fast he is as a fullback. You can see where Alebiosu is going. But right now, my conclusion is Ola Aina is our most important right back for sure. So I hope that answers your question. Elias says, same here, bro. Always have love for Nigerians. Growing up around them. By the way, they have Somali, half Nigerian lad that plays for us. He scored his pen during the shootouts. Shout out to him, man. I'm glad to see that. Like I said, Elias, I'm not surprised. Nigerian men, we like family men. Any country. If there's any country in the world that a Nigerian man has not had a baby with, that means that country is not habitable. Even our Somali sisters, I know my brother, and Somali women are fine. Let's not lie. Is this England? Shout out to you, man. Looking forward to the draws. I tried to check for when the draws will happen, but NFF CAF have not yet confirmed, so we'll see when that time comes. Afriu, shout out to Afriu, man. Good to see you. Italy just signed Gravina. Yes, I spoke about that guy. You'll see on the... Remember, guys, also, if you don't ever want to watch the entire 3-hour live stream, I put these notes on the side and I put it in green so that you can skip forward and know what section I was talking about. So, Afri, if you click on the why have there been no NFF resignations, just enjoy my rants. I'm talking about Italy. So, enjoy. Charles says, all we have to do is drum up awareness. We have the voice. Don't let them intimidate us. They're really destroying. You're right. And trust me, we will drum up this awareness. In fact, I'll speak to my mom. She used to run one bigger agencies in Nigeria. How can we get Arise News to come and interview us or channels? We'll tell them that we demand an open inquiry into these NFF elections, because the impact on the public is too massive to leave such a decision in the hand of 44 greedy people, and none of them were sacked after failing to make the World Cup. Thank you for, now that you have shown me this 44. I'm gonna finish them. Charles, thank you so much. The greedy 44. I'll create so many monikers for them. Just give me time. I promise you. Step Monic. Shout out to you, Step Monic, man. Always good to see you, bro. Step Monic, I mean, they listened with the Portugal one, but they didn't listen with the Poland one. And we're joking that we should not praise them yet, because it's probably Portugal Federation that asked them for the friendly. And also, we're still waiting to see what they do with ticketing, match broadcasts, and also our players having their names on the back, and also flying in accredited photographers and videographers to cover the national team with the respect it deserves as the #1 brand in Africa that is missing the World Cup. So shout out to them for listening small. Oh my God, Charles, I saw the youngster. He's Nigerian. His name is like Ejiofor. He's like 11 years old. Spain no go free him, but you see, if we had a competent federation, now I will go and talk to Mr. Ejiofor Senior about his 3 boys. He has one 11, one 15, one 16. If you see the kids of this 11-year-old, I saw it yesterday myself. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was like, wow, this guy could play for Nigeria in like 10 years old. But do we trust NFF? Are they building relationship? We even heard Otokonkwo say that nobody from NFF has contacted him. And I will not be surprised if that's the case. Guys, we have so many incompetent people. In fact, I will soon start asking the people I know in that NSC diaspora committee what actual work they're going to do. And when can we come and see their KPIs? Is it monthly? Is it every 3 months? Is it every 2 months? What can we see? That would be lovely. Thank you so much for that comment. Honestly, I watched the guy. I was like, wow. You're man number 2. And he's now number 9. Eto. Spain no go agree. Spain no go agree. Like Uchechukwu said, Spain will not give any. Although the way Spain, they keep exposing themselves. You see them abusing Muslims the other day. Spain, Italy, you can tell these countries that they really had a hard time with integration. Spain, they like to do their colonizing away, but they don't want you to come to their country. That's why Spain did not already colonize Africa like that. They went South America, and they left all their colonial places in 1800s. That's why most South American countries gained independence in 18-something. Go and check it. But you can see that Spain, they're still struggling, even them accepting Yamal. I don't think I saw a black player play for Spain until Marco Senna. And you can tell they still have this weird, horrible attitude about things. So honestly, all this Alejandro Balde and Ansu Fati, I don't know why I'm so desperate to play for Spain. Ansu Fati should have gone to play for Guinea-Bissau. In fact, Yamal should have played for Morocco, but I can understand that one. So let's see, Sha. At least the good thing about this 11-year-old is if we put our ducks in order, maybe, I'm 33 now, maybe in 10 years' time, a lot of us will be able to have influence in these spaces to actually make things happen. So maybe we're able to put the right proposal in front of him. That would be lovely. Step Monique said, make Uzo no keep against Portugal. He cannot too. We need Nwabali or Koye for that one for sure. 100%. Elias, looking forward to the draw as well. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Guys, look at how we take things for granted as Nigerians. We have 17 medals at AFCON. Then someone will tell me that who the hell cares about bronze medal match? Nigeria, we're too arrogant for a country that has not done as much as we think we have done. Yes, we have 17 medals, but only three gold. But look at our fellow African brother. He's excited to watch a AFCON qualifier draw because his country is inside for the first time. Not the main AFCON draw. So count your blessings. And that's why we must vote this as a men out. Because we already know the standard Nigeria belongs at. And we must remain there. In fact, when Nigeria shines, the rest of Africa shines. That's the truth. The difference is always clear. Us, that our population is 7 times the size of Senegal. We should have shame, I'm telling you. We should have serious shame. Charles said, Lord, very soon every African country will have Niger DNA. From Uganda, SA, young Arsenal guy in Egypt, and now Somalia. Everywhere. Niger, love. Victor says, make una send me the 44. Make me release my anger. Make me self-release my anger. I appreciate it. Hey, Kehinde said I live in Poland. That's amazing. I live in well, I know that's how you pronounce Chesney's name. So that means this pronunciation is Shezin. I think I did all right. I can see Mr. Kehinde is a captain. Wow, we appreciate you for your service, sir. Thank you very much. I can mobilize guys to go support the Poland versus Nigeria game. Do you have any idea how we can get tickets? Stick with me, Kehinde. Also, we'll be on this one together. Remember my email, olu@nigeria4weekly. I'm trying to wait for confirmation of the venue, and then I'm going to look at the NFF website because I want to also see if I can travel to Warsaw for the game because I'm in London. It's not too far. So I want to see. Just bear with me. Let's keep chopping it up about this situation because that would be amazing. Because I was even thinking, how can we mobilize and get Nigerians to watch the game in Poland? So that would be amazing, bro. But that's amazing, man. How are you finding Poland? To be fair, I heard Poland's economy is far better than England now. At least GDP per capita. You know, the average Polish person is now living better than the average British person. To the point that Polish people have now gone back to their country. Meanwhile, racist people in England voted for Brexit because they thought the Polish and co were taking their jobs. Now Poland is doing better than this. No country commits own goal more than England. At least Nigeria, we have not seen certain standards. England, you are the main G at the table. You now vote Brexit. Very good. My passport is now half as useless. I traveled to Spain, Germany. I'm standing on queues for hours because of some uneducated people in our society deciding that, oh, we don't want to take instructions from Brussels. People that don't go to school. God will help us. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that, Candy. And let's chop it up, man. Definitely. Last few ones, we start to Eguavon. The money can right, we must. Eguavon, what's happened to a football club since lockdown Arsenal? I'm telling you, at this point, our next kid sponsor is no sponsor with the way NFF is doing. Good one and very accurate. I almost think like the big brands need to almost turn their nose at us for being very stupid. But the problem is we're too important. There's too many Nigerians. In fact, if Nike should remove that contract, I trust Nike. I trust Adidas. You can see how serious Adidas are as a footballing kits manufacturer these days. In fact, they are far more serious than Nike. There was a time I never thought Arsenal would ever not be under Nike. But you see the way this Adidas and Arsenal collab has worked, like when you meet the love of your life and it just works. That maybe if Adidas can give South Africa that drip, I know for a fact they can do some sexy shit for Nigeria. That's for sure. So let's see. Balde not even getting called up. Now them decide say they won't play for these countries now. That's one thing I'll even give England. England tolerance is different, but of course it's different because England is the OG colonizer. Now them colonize all of us. You now come to England, you realize they don't teach the average breeds that they colonized also. So most of the English people in this country, they don't even know that they colonized Nigeria. They'll be telling you the Commonwealth was a net benefit for us. But guess what? All the British people have been brainwashed to believe they abolished slave trade. England. Hey, best in line. That's why my disdain for this country is very high. Because they deliberately know what they are doing. It's like Nigeria not talking about our civil wars. We're just saving ourselves. If you don't talk about your past, you cannot move forward. We have to heal. The average Nigerian, do we know anything about our country before 1960? England colonized us so bad, they made it seem like our country started 60-something years ago. And they don't even have the common courtesy to teach the British people in school that they colonized us. But they will tell you what Germany did. They will tell you what USA did. Let's all be watching now. That's why my disdain. Once you have knowledge, especially economics, the good subjects, economics, history, and just go to good schools and learn shit, then you realize, obviously, we know it's a wicked world. I get it, and you must find your joy. But you cannot be my oppressor and you expect me to be dancing at your feet every moment. Yes, maybe it's easy for me to say because I've always had a British passport my whole life. I get my privilege. I don't want to deny it. I've never had to go and hustle for visa or sit down somewhere and show them 10 years of my life. It's only when I was going to Australia because they asked me if I've been to Nigeria in 3 years. They made me do medical. Can you imagine? They say, oh, don't bring disease. But anyway, the whole point of that is just to say we must get Nigerian football to work. We must get Super Eagles to work. We must love our own. We must love our country. This thing must be figured out. and we must get those greedy people out there. What even annoys me is, how much money do you need? Like, I'm 33, I live very well in England. If I enter the NFF, the first thing I want to do is really reform our football. Like, let's see how good it could get. Can we treat our football team like India treats their national cricket team? It should be the creme de la creme. Super Eagles should be getting the best of everything in Nigeria. The same way when a pastor at one big church in Nigeria is walking out, they will open the door for him. Everybody will greet him like millionaire. Everybody needs to treat our footballers like this. Super Eagles. You wear that shirt. But guess what has devalued Super Eagles? It's the same NFF. Where you not go and take the right pictures or do anything. You have our players looking as if they are League 2 players playing in empty stadiums in Turkey. Do you know that if it was the English FA, they would have put their players off? Because that image is not good for the country. How can a country like Nigeria be playing empty stadium in 2026? But of course, to Gusau is nothing. It's normal. Specialist in mediocrity and just being useless. All of them. Anyway, as if we all know, I don't know who's worse, NFF or Glazer. You cannot be worse than Glazers. At least Glazers, under Glazers, I watch my United win at least 4 Premier League titles. At least 1 Champions League. NFF. Bro, NFF. Glazers, at least they will focus on their share price and make sure that shit makes some money. NFF. These ones, they can devalue any kind of brand value they've created anyway. How much money have they told us is missing from the money FIFA have given Nigeria before? Then Pinnick things can lie to us that they were audited correctly. But you're driving Rolls Royce from where? Why are you 60-something and you want to have a beach house and you almost want to be outside as if you're in your 30s? Respect your age. He does not respect his age. So anyway, we keep it moving. Ilya said it will be big if we qualify for the next AFCON. It will be a home tournament because in our doorstep. You're right. Although I was hearing some rumors about the country struggling with their preparations for next summer, and apparently Algeria or South Africa will be ready to take it. But I really hope we can get the first AFCON in East Africa for a long time. I think that'll be amazing. Exactly, Charles. If Nigeria had a competent setup, we could have got this our new Samuel Eto'o to come to under 17, but nobody's thinking. They will say, oh yeah, come and do trial. Show up with your 5K or whatever they are doing. It is what it is. Shout you can. They love to hear that Poland is amazing. I'm living very fine here. I love that, man. I love that. Maybe you might produce the next Denis Solisadebe. Do you guys remember Denis Solisadebe that played for Poland in the 2002 World Cup? It was so strange because he was by far the only black player in that Polish team. Lost. Everybody said we'll go to Abba. Exactly, Olive. Nwaneri playing for under 21. But guess what? Even playing now under 21, his name was on the back of his jersey. And guess what? The photographers take pictures of him. The stadium was not empty. We watched the under 21 match in clear HD. Sponsors all around. And yet, Super Eagles, they are carrying our players to run down Antalya Stadium. Gusau. God will forgive you one day. Let me speak your. May Allah have mercy on you, man. Hi. God. You are a really, really, really poor leader, man. Very, very bad football administrator. I hope somebody sends this video to you and you get even angry. Yeah. Tell them to reach out to me. Let's have a chat. No do all this, your old man. Everybody call you sir. I'll still call you sir. I respect you, but bro, we need to talk. Enough is enough. Like you are making us look stupid, man. Come on. They will call you Alaji and be saluting you. It's not good now. They now say we should go and be playing India. Come on now. I free you. I like to think this one is not possible, Sha. This is why we must mobilize now. We must not become like Italy and miss another 3rd World Cup in a row. Morocco are one of the hosts of the next World Cup. That means by default, Africa will have at least 10 spots at the World Cup, if not more. We should even have at least 11. Because normally the countries where they host them, you get the most. Spain and Portugal. So Europe, maybe they'll stop crying about their 16 slots. Maybe they'll change down to 18. They'll remove like 3 from CONCACAF. Give another extra one to CAF since Morocco is hosting. And I've already gone to Morocco in anticipation that I know we're not coming for World Cup, but 4 years later, I'm coming back here. And I must go back to that Morocco as a winner after the way they tried to do us mago in that semi-final. But honestly, we will never get there, hopefully. We will never get to this stage that India and Pakistan will go to World Cup before us. By God's grace, we will become what we are destined to be. And we will not let the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Do you know that my girlfriend at the time bought this from the FIFA website? FIFA Classics, signed by JJ Okocha, official signature from the World Cup, France 98. These are the kind of things that build your legacy. There's a reason why the whole world knows JJ Okocha. The whole world knows Yekini, knows Kanu. World Cup, bro. Asamoah Gyan. Do you see Asamoah Gyan's legacy because of the World Cup? This guy played 1 year in the Prem. We don't even care that he went to China after 1 year. Because come AFCON, come World Cup, Asamoah Gyan is locked and loaded. 3 World Cups, Asamoah Gyan was bagging in. Let's keep talking now. Osimhen will manage one if we even enter one. So let's see. So, my people, I hope we get there one day. I really hope so. Lost, the money say, Mr. Olumi, I get green pali, but no visa. Me say, I get green pali. Don't mind this, they are fresh. Even if you see the headache to even get these passports, I went to the office in Alausa. One stupid man was trying to do big man for me. He said, raise your head. I raised it. Raise your head. I said, bro, you've asked me 10 times. Stop shouting at me. They say you're rude. Leave the room. They think everybody gives a fuck about the way they talk to people anyhow. To collect passports that only used to go to Lagos. I was just looking at the guy that you think me, I'm dependent on you for life. That's why you're talking to me anyhow. I got the hell out of there. I went somewhere else. They did it for me and we got the hell out of there. Everybody's on a power trip. The Aboki wants to be power trip in his own backyard of his Oga's house. Passport officer thinks he's the king because he's offering this passport that's one of the worst in terms of power in the world. Like, we're just an interesting country, man. But I'm sorry, it's demonic. Don't worry, one day. Even as we are fighting for football, this is the same way we'll fight for diplomacy. Because I don't know what Nigerian diplomats are doing. Ghanaian passport is more useful than Nigerian passports. They have more free visa agreements with countries than Nigeria have. I don't know what our leaders are doing. But yet, if it's to show respect to ambassador, you see Nigerians now. Hey, ambassador. What are they doing? The passport does nothing. If you see the shakara they're doing for me, that's why I say let them do 10 years. So I don't have to see those buffoons again. Till 2035 by God's grace. Useless people. Now be coming on. They'll now be moving as if they've done some great work in the country. Well, I'm like, today's been a Hall of Fame live stream, man. When we blow bigger, we'll remember today, guys. I can't believe I still have energy to talk after three hours. Last election, Gusau won 39/1. Wait, the last election, 39 people voted for Gusau from that 44. This incompetent Gusau. Charles, please, we need to know the names of all these people that voted. Every delegation member, we must find them. If I have to sit down here and read all their names out, call them out one by one, send letters and send videos all to their organizations, we must do it. Please, Charles, how can we get to know the names of all these people? Every single one of them that puts money over their country, please let us know. We'll start naming and shaming. And I know I'm in London, so they cannot threaten me. Please tell me. Please. Charles, I'm waiting on that email, that dossier. Let's get it jumping. I'm ready. I've never been more motivated because these people cannot keep causing these problems for us. I was so sure 5-6 years ago that there is no way we would ever miss a World Cup again. I was so sure that the pain from before will mean that it can never happen again. And yet, look at what they watched. They saw the first 4 qualifiers. They still waited before they even brought Shelling. Finidi was hired on the basis of what? Tanimu, is a super international. Based on what? So please, I need the names. I need the names. I need the names. Emmanuel Aride said, Olu, the devil you read in the Bible is not a spirit. He's currently occupying leadership positions in Nigeria. Honestly, my bro, it has reached that level. It has reached that level, I'm telling you. I free you, even if you say they're carried by Alex Ferguson, they still delivered. Let Eric Shell, you're right, Eric Shell too might save this NFF and win AFCON next year. But I promise you, they cannot cheat preparation. Do you see some Nigerians? So I saw one idiot on Twitter trying to blame Eric Shell that he tried to sabotage Chan Eagles. Chan Eagles, that the league is the 12th best in Africa. Do you know Nigeria has not been 12th ranked as the national team in Africa? Maybe since the 70s. Just to tell you how poor it is for our league to be ranked number 12 in Africa. Where was the last time Nigeria was not in the top 10? Then that person is now telling me that those MPFL players are being let down by Eric Shell. He watched AFCON with his eyes. Oh. He saw Eric Shell ball. He watched Eric Shell's Mali beat Finidi Nigeria. When I say some Nigerians don't want us to prosper, I 100% agree. And I cannot wait for Smith Lai's live stream tomorrow. I'm going to watch everything on Saturday morning. He said he's going to expose the people that don't want Nigeria to make the World Cup in USA. So I'll go and combine that list. Then Steph, Monique, and Charles, we're going to get this list of all these buffoons. We're going to call it out. I have Austin Okonakma's number. All of them, I'll reach out to them. I'll start finding time to collab with all these guys. Let's run these people out. All of them. What kind of selfish buffoons are these? Enough is enough. Step Monique is funny. Yeah. Say why they give gold to Morocco, they don't give Nigeria silver. Charles, thanks for this info. First election, Gusau won 21, but thanks to Amaju, who bought all his votes, he won by a landslide of 239. I hope I never see Amaju Pinnick, man. I honestly can't slap him again. Maybe that's the British side of me. You know, here, we respect authority, but respect is given to who gives respect. You can't talk people anyhow if they talk to you anyhow. And honestly, I think Pinnick has crossed that threshold. What kind of corrupt individual is this? Landslide of 239 votes. Gusau. This incompetent man. Oh my God, another super chat. Remy Ali 1931. I just want to say a big thank you. Shout out to you for supporting me. For it to even give us this super chat after 3 hours. As you've blessed me, God continue to bless you. May your cup never run dry. Everything you desire for the next year and beyond come to pass in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you. That is really kind of you. And much love. Exactly, Charles. Hell no. I would never respect someone who destroys Nigeria's pride and makes us lavish stock. Simple. These people do not deserve respect. To whom what's that face? To whom respect is earned, respect is given. These guys have lost respect. They do not deserve respect. If I see those guys, I'll still say, good afternoon, sir. How are you? But I'm not doing that, Nigeria. Bow down. Mr. Diko, God bless you. Hey! They don't deserve respect. No. But of course, all these big boys, everybody around them. You know the biggest problem in Nigeria? If you are a big man in Nigeria, everybody is treating you like you are the one that invented sliced bread. Even people like us that are normal, we go to Nigeria for Christmas. Because of money or whatever it is, or where your parents, you see the way everybody calling you sir everywhere. Oga. Then now imagine big man, that's driver, PA. Everywhere they go, everybody's saying, Mr. Diko, God bless you. Mr. Pinnick. Nobody is telling these people the truth. Who do you think is telling Gusau the truth in his front? In fact, I'm even sure as he's watching this video and he hears me calling him Gusau, he'll be annoyed. Yes, your name is Gusau. Yes, that's how you deserve to be called. Because you are a very disrespectful man. You don't respect Nigerians, so we should not respect you. You are too impressed with money that you rather ruin our football than get out and put someone in power that can actually care about football and do something. If you don't have the intellectual capacity to make waves and make change, Mr. Gusau, please leave. It is clear you are not good enough. And Mr. Pinnick, you, the biggest sabotager of our football. God knows how much you've enriched yourself from FIFA appointments. They put you on FIFA Men's National Competition Committee. Meanwhile, you have nothing to show for your work for your country. You are going to try and use funds to make stadium in your village that is uncompleted. And you are gaslighting us. We'll have 6 stadiums next year. Mr. Pinnick, how? Please, I'm talking to you direct. Yes. I live in London. Come and find me. I'm a British citizen, so you cannot do anything to me, Sha. Just know that one. But let's talk. Yes, let's talk. Let's start there. Step Monique, let's get the name. Oh, let's get the name. Let's get the name. Shout out to the gang, man. Honestly, it's been a good one. At least I'll rest my mouth for the next 3 days. I've done enough talking today. It's been amazing. Step Monique, we must get the name. Oh, all of them. Thank you. In fact, Charles, even the video of Mr. Austin making noise, send me the links, everything. If it's not email, send it to Nigeria Football Weekly Instagram. Send it to my Twitter. Anyone you like, just send me all the information, my brother. Me and NFF. Now we go do this battle together. Don't worry. I'm telling you. Charles, if Chel came for those AFCON qualifiers, I'm telling you. Even AFCON qualifiers, we forget how much we struggled, though. We forget that we only won 3 out of 6 games. They even gave us a bye against Libya. Let's keep watching. Watch Eric Shaw, September to November. I already know we're going to win 6 out of 6 AFCON qualifiers. Then someone will tell you that it's Eric Shaw that is trying to cause problems for Nigeria. Hey! God will forgive us. Please, all the info, all of it. Lord, I like this joke by right-footed left back. Unity Cup over World Cup. I love our humor so much, man. May we never lose that. But sometimes they do humor too much. That's why people think we forget too easily. Nigerians can crack joke about anything. That's why, as I meant to say, don't worry, they will still crack joke and move on. Starting with Sanusi, who has been there for like 14 years. I know. How can somebody be in your NFF for 14 years? 14 years. 14 years. 14 years ago, I was 19 years old. I used to listen to, what's that, my Drake album? If you're reading this, it's too late. All the time. In fact, it wasn't even that year. 19 was nothing, was the same year. No, that was 20. What songs came out when I was 19? Take Care. Take Care just dropped when I was 18, first year of uni. When MMG were super big, they're going to love me for my ambition. Yeah, maybe I'm showing my age there now. When I was in first year of uni, that's when I'm a boss came out. McMill everywhere. Starting with Sanusi. Can you imagine? 14 years. So the guy has been NFF since I was listening to McMill in first year of uni. Nah, we got to get these guys out, man. And you will see them in US for me, big man. Honestly, don't worry, we'll catch them. We will catch them. A lot happened in this, I'm telling you. 2022 election. Charles, we cannot keep quiet. Please, I'm with you. Let's ride this wave together. Thank you, Emmanuel. You remember now? They now gave us the buy. Mind you, even in New York, under who was the coach? Was it Eguavo or Finidi? We needed Fisayo Bashiru to bail us out to beat Libya. We were 10 minutes away from drawing against Libya before Eric Shaw came to save our lives. Fisayo scored a goal with 10 minutes to go. That's why I like to tell Nigerians, if you like, don't watch qualifier or you now judge one player on one game and be shouting is useless. When he's saving us, when we're in the trenches, you don't know. A lot has happened though. Charles, thank you for this information, man. I'm so happy to hear this. Exactly. I feel if they want to be corrupt, let them use the corruption in the good way. Why is it never to benefit our football? Always negative. So let's see. Concentrated altar for rituals for Sanusi. Nah, this has been an A1 live stream, man. Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the community, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I have never enjoyed talking for this long as much as I have today. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me, for sticking with me, for watching all the content, for joining and participating and giving me all the information. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody for the super chats, for the likes. We got over 100 likes. Honestly, I am overwhelmed with joy. Thank you guys so much. And I hope everybody has a fantastic Easter weekend and break. May love to you and your loved ones. May everything go well. May everybody have a wonderful time this weekend. I wish all your clubs well. If your clubs do well this weekend, it will not have any bearing on us now because FA Cup. Unless one of you supports Southampton. In that case, I don't wish you well. I don't wish you well. But love for the love, guys. Don't worry, NFF, we're coming at you day by day, by day, by day, by day. And it ain't gonna stop. And I'm sure one thing the community knows, Olu's got a big mouth, and I can talk for hours. So we're gonna keep it coming with facts as usual. But thank you guys so much. Remember to keep liking, subscribing, sharing. I'll see you on the next episode, 8 p.m. Monday night. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Love to your loved ones. And thank you so much for all the support. Honestly, I'm so grateful. Just before I press, I'll just look at the final 3 comments. Kende said, guys, let's get these likes to 200. We've done well. Thank you guys so much. Honestly, I'm even happy. I'll take the 100. Thanks so much, Kende. God bless you. From Poland as well. Much love. Shout out to the gang. Charles said it was Eguavo, aka Temu Guardiola. Of course, now we know that one. Very serious Temu Guardiola. That's when Tanimu kept on coming for person when you play English League 2. Thank you so much, Charles. That Tanimu one, that's another matter. I will never ever let them die. I promise you. Shout out to you, Emmanuel. Shout out to you, Afriyu. Shout out to everybody, man. God bless you all. Thank you guys for all the love, all the comments, and for just being exceptional human beings, man. I'll catch you on the next episode of the podcast. You guys have been incredible. Got almost 2,000 views from a non-Super Eagles live watch along. I'm grateful. Thank you guys so much. And shout out to Afriu's comments about Plateau State's altitude effect. It all works. Sort out the country, sort out security. Let all of us Nigerians be able to watch the team. The same way when England is playing in Wembley. People will get the train from Southampton, get the train from Liverpool. Some people will even come back from Scotland just to watch England play one match. Nigeria, we must get there one day. If we are playing a match in Lagos, people from Plateau, everybody has the right equipment and transportation modes to come down to Lagos, watch a match, and go back with no issues. Get a train, stay a hotel overnight. Like, we need to be able to give our people experiences that are joyful within Nigeria. It's not every day abroad. Look at that December. Do you know how desperate all of us in this abroad want to be in Nigeria? Who don't want to look around and see people that look like you? Me that I'm a bomb guy, when I'm in Nigeria, I'm just like, I'm just happy. Do you think we don't want to be in Lagos? But it'd be nice to come to Lagos and go to Calabar, go and check out one place there. Go to Plateau. We keep hearing about the altitude, the way they grow strawberries, all these things. So it affects everybody, man. And by God's grace, one day we'll get there. There's pictures of Ronaldinho scoring goals in Calabar Stadium in 1999. Today, where's the stadium? So my people will get there one day. We'll get there one day. Like Charles said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's save our country's football. Charles, I'll be waiting on the emails. Stemonic, everybody, every single person, I want to say a big thank you. Like I said, I've thanked for the 100th time. And whoever I got a bit aggro at earlier, forgive me. I can be a bit like that sometimes, but let's keep spreading the love and the joy. This has been in fact, this has been my favorite stream that's not a Nigeria match, honestly. Shout out to the gang. So thank you. Everybody, happy Easter. Much love. And I'll catch you on Monday's episodes. Love for the love. Take care, guys. And we shall snarl well. Gusa, we're coming for you. Gusa, we're coming for you.